Queen, pardon me for interrupting, but the visitors you have been expecting have arrived.
Hey everyone, welcome to another CPL cast. Let's just get started.
Circling reinforcements arriving.
Welcome everybody, welcome from the zero, the big raid. We are just getting started here. We were planning to wait for a few more minutes, but let's just get this started.
Oh wow, man, we got the big BSL right. Nice.
Yeah man, thanks a lot Forte, really appreciate it. So yeah, this is the CPL, the Coach-Pupil League. I'm joined here by FridgeRaider and Forte. Guys, say hi.
What's up, guys? Hello, chat.
Hello, hello. Yeah, and
Zergling reinforcements.
oh my god, so many people are following, it's crazy. Really appreciate it, Zero. So yeah, we've got a very cool cast here today. We've got the
Zergling reinforcements.
there's so I'm sorry guys, there's so many follow notifications, like I can hardly talk, but yeah, we've got the Cattlebruisers versus Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol. Both of these are pretty strong teams, and let's have a look at the matches that we have today. So we've got Advil versus Pand0r, a TVT, Inkjet versus Vermin, Fear versus Nagnar, gotta get some Zerg in there. And then Lanaishot versus So, and last but not least, Verrev, the famous caster, versus Tarpman. This is going to be a CVZ. So we've got lots of different matchups here today. Yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting cast.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one. We got a lot of good matchups in here. I'm pretty excited for all of these.
Yeah, there's a lot of good matches here. Like, all these players are just top of the top, really. I mean, Pand0r is like one of the strongest players in the tournament. So we'll see how he does here. I think TVT is also one of his strong matchups, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, that's right. I don't play much TVT myself, but if you want to learn something, definitely this match is one to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how that goes. Let me get the Brood War music going. And let's get into game number 1. It's going to be Advil versus Pand0r, a TVT.
Oh, hello there, guys. Thought I'd just jump in and join.
Oh, Forte,
Hey, there we
welcome.
go.
Yeah, I'm busy changing diapers, so you know how it's gonna be. I'm gonna be in and out.
All right. Well, spawning in the top right, we're going to have Pand0r, and spawning in the bottom right, we're going to have Advil. Yeah. So I as a Protoss player myself, I don't do I off race Terran a bit, so I've played some TVT, but I gotta say I'm not gonna be entirely sure how they're gonna open on a map like Butter, especially with all the high grounds around on the map. I think both of these players are just gonna be looking to not get contained in any sort of way, try to take advantage of the high grounds and try to play it from there. But I'm not sure how they're gonna open.
Or no?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like Vulture Wars is like a popular way to play TVT. I mean, it's really just a matter of making sure you overwhelm your opponent with either like superior macro with your vultures. I personally kind of hope we don't get to that because I don't know. I find vultures shooting at other vultures kind of not as entertaining, I guess. But man, we'll see how it goes. Both players are gonna, yeah. Both players are gonna put their racks that are a little bit closer to their opponent, That way it'll make it easier for it to lift and scout their opponent later, taking their gases at the same time. So far everything looks pretty similar from both players. Oh, but we do see Advil already going out for a scout with their SCV. I'm not sure if this is something that's like a bit of an earlier timing to scout with than TVT. As I'm pretty unfamiliar with the matchup, I would wonder if, you know, like an earlier scout can sometimes take away from your mineral income. So I am curious about the timing for this, because Pand0r hasn't sent out a scout yet, from what I've seen.
Yeah, there's a lot of merit to what you're saying because of just how tight their builds are together. We're talking like maybe a second off between these two. So just one SCV not mining actually is going to make a difference, as little as it is.
Yeah, both players get their factory around the same time. And yeah, there's Pand0r's scout going out. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, actually, yeah, Pand0r's taking all their SCVs off of gas now. And same with... No, Advil still has one left in their gas. Yeah, so it looks like we've finally hit like a little bit of variation between their builds. I'm not exactly sure what that means though. But you know, with the like, I imagine Pand0r is looking to expand quickly. They want to increase their mineral income a little bit, so maybe they'll have maybe a faster CC. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna see that CC go down.
Their CCs were impeccably timed as well.
Yeah, I can't be too sure about like the little optimizations that the Terrans are doing in this matchup, so this is gonna be a bit rough. But it looks like we're gonna have both players go for their vultures first. Yeah, SCVs meeting in the middle of the map.
Hey, how'd your CPL cast go? Well, the first match was at TVT. A Protoss player and a Zerg player casted it.
Yeah. Well, it looks like both players are electing to be, you know, be a little bit passive, I guess. Electing to go into nice solid macro games. Both getting their vultures out. Actually, interesting that we should see from Advil. He already has a machine shop going with mines, and it looks like Pand0r is not going to elect to do the same. It looks like they're going to go into that 3 factory. Might be 3 factory vulture, I guess. Yeah, so I'm a bit worried, I guess. I imagine Advil is going to get their tank out earlier, but I wonder if, you know, Pand0r could take advantage of some sort of opportunity, some sort of timing that they can use where they have a superior vulture count and try to overwhelm Advil's defenses. Oh, and they get a really nice engagement on the first vulture, and they pick off a marine along with it, but I guess relatively even trade. Yeah, both barracks are still scouting. Yeah, it looks like Pand0r definitely is electing to go for that 3 factory vulture. They have beat going as well.
Well, it seems that Advil's doing the same thing. He just elected to get the shot first in the mines and speed faster as opposed to a 3rd factory faster. So he'll be short on vulture count compared to Pand0r. But the flip side is he's already got mines out, but I'm curious. If I were him, I'd be putting them out on the map. It looks like he's saving them up.
Yeah, I agree. That's kind of interesting. It might be just because they don't know where Pand0r's vultures are going to be at, so they don't want to potentially like run into a battle that they think they might not be able to win. Given the counts now, though, they're about even. And I mean, Advil, it does see the vulture count at home, so yeah, I am a bit curious that the mines aren't being laid across the map yet. But oh well,
Speed finishes. Advil moves out.
There we go, yeah. I think Pand0r should have seen that too. Both their barracks have been floating in front of their mats. So we're gonna have a nice big vulture battle in the middle of the map. And it looks like Pand0r managed to get a few really good volleys. It looks like he's going to overwhelm Advil's vulture count. Yeah, he took some really good trades there. Good focus fire, good targeting. It looks like Advil's gonna have to retreat. But some of his vultures, some of his vultures look like they kind of rallied outside, so he's gonna lose a few extra for free. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of rough. Now with Pand0r having map control. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, sorry, I'm just doing some number counts. So there's 11 vultures out for Pand0r. There's now 9, 10 for advil at home.
More reinforcements are coming for Pand0r. Oh, that's a cute little move.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it looks like Pand0r is going to try to overwhelm the few vultures that are at home. Advil having to pull SCVs to fight the vultures. The vultures get like wiped out really quickly. The SCVs are going to start falling. And that's it. Advil's going to tap GG.
That's it. That's vulture.
GG. Wow.
Pand0r takes game 1.
It's a quick one.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's like Forte said, that's Vulture Wars, so.
About the only time TVT is quick.
I was kind of hoping for a large tank battle, you know?
Hey,
Yeah.
Still got game 2.
If there's one thing that we've, I think, never seen at CPL, even at the highest level, it's battlecruiser versus battlecruiser. I don't think we've ever seen that.
Yeah, we don't
Pretty hard to
actually
get
get
there.
to see that very often.
Yeah, even on the pro level, you don't really see it that
More
much.
zerglings.
By the way, thanks everyone for the follows. Really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoy StarCraft. If you enjoy StarCraft, I'll be doing some more casts in the future. So here we go. Let's go into game number 2. Game number 2 is going to be on Polypoid. So let's see how that works out.
Alright, here we go again. I'm going to have spawning in the bottom right corner, Pand0r for Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol. And in the top left, we're going to have advil fighting for the Cattlebruisers.
Yeah, and I just want to point out that Pand0r, of course, is one of the people that inspired the name for their team, Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol. But we haven't actually seen Jin Jin play yet. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping to be able to cast Jin Jin games, man.
Yeah.
Or the stream is already so entertaining. So.
Quit stress game.
Yeah. He hasn't quit the stress game yet. So there's still hope.
Yeah, that's alright. I mean, you know, he's gonna dodge the TVTs, I think. That's what he's, I think, most worried about. He doesn't want to play these TVTs that I think Pand0r is more okay with playing.
Yeah, that's true, and that's actually a good point, because we've got so many Terrans at the top level in CPL.
Yeah, man. All I've been playing the CPL has been, like, Terrans. I've had 4 out of 5 of my matchups be versus Terran, and they're all really solid Terrans, so... in a way, it's a bit disheartening, because it's like, oh, man. I mean, Terran's already kind of a hard race, and, like, they're really good at what they do with that race, so...
Yeah, and we used to have... The best player in CPL used to be a Protoss player, now he's a Terran player too. So we can't catch a break, you know?
Yeah, Doodle being Terran, man.
Yeah. When is he gonna switch to Zerg, I wonder? Does he just not like Zerg, maybe?
So, right?
Yeah, I hope so, yeah.
Players.
I'd love to see Doodle Zerg. I actually kind of wonder how he plays Zerg, like what kind of a style he has.
Yeah, I always find it interesting to see people's off races and how they play them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's what I thought was really interesting when Flash started playing random. Because of course he played random in ASL Season 10, but he was also practicing all the off races on his stream. And he was doing some really wild stuff, some really out there stuff, you know? It was really interesting to see.
Yeah.
His take on Zerg or on Protoss. I remember one game I was watching Flash off race, and he was playing Zerg, And he did some kind of crazy build where he went 3 hatches before pool, and I thought, wow, I need to steal this build, and then he just died. I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I won't be stealing this build after all.
I mean, Flash can get away with it. He can get away with anything.
Yeah, I guess that's part of what you try to do when you're learning a new race. You're trying to figure out, like, what can I get away with? How greedy can you be? Like, where's the border? Where's the line?
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, in this game, we've got CC being put down by Pand0r.
Yeah, Advil's going to be able to get the scout in, see that it's still one factory, especially when he's built the second factory himself already. And he's still mining, I think, 3 on gas?
Yeah, and he successfully managed to repel the SCV from Pand0r.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, this looks like a 2 factory. I'm not sure how well this is gonna work when it's cross positions. That's I guess the thing I'm a little worried about, because it takes just a little bit longer for that to get across the map. Yeah, Pand0r's gonna have a second factory his own. Yeah, I'm not sure. I tried 2 factories myself in TVT, and I can never seem to get them to really like work. They seem like other Terrans seem to get their CC and then the second factory up in time to be able to defend. Oh, and really nice from Pand0r. He's actually going to throw up the bunker. I think he...
Yeah, even if it's just one Marine.
Yeah, he seems to suspect that there might be some sort of aggression heading his way. So this bunker is a really good safe play. It's going to be good to hedge against the 2 factory.
Mm-hmm. Really showing respect for his opponent.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, talking about respect for the opponent, look at 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay. Now that's really interesting. We're gonna have a proxy 3rd factory going down. So this isn't some sort of 2 factory then. It's like it's still a 3 factory vulture, but it's gonna be off of 1 base instead of an expand kind of opening. Wow. I'm not exactly sure. I guess the plan is to run by the bunker then? Because I don't think you really want to bust that with vultures then. So I guess you try to run past the bunker, go up the ramp, try to get as many SCV kills as you can. And to make up for the lag.
It's not going to matter.
Oh, he does have mines too, right?
Oh, he manages to save those vultures. That's so important.
Yeah, those are really low health.
I'd run in and snipe them. If I could, I'd try. But I'm downright aggressive, so...
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense from advil's perspective since he has the 3rd factory coming. Maybe he just wants to mass up as much as he can.
Yeah, I guess the plan here would be to just overwhelm this while Pand0r has to kind of respond to a variety of things. Like, we already see him getting a Goliath because it could potentially be... Oh, actually... Okay, he's gonna try to lay the mine, see if he can get any connections. Unfortunately, that didn't get a lot of damage done. That's really rough for advil. Both tanks are still alive. I don't think they picked off that many vultures either. Most of the mines got picked off before they could explode. I'm pretty worried here.
I think all of them did.
We are going to see tanks as a follow-up to advil's aggression, so it could be that he's just going to try to contain Pand0r for as long as he can, and then maybe expand behind this. But his SCV count is like really low still. He's going to be plenty of workers behind Pand0r. And we already see Pand0r, he's going up to 3 factories, he's getting a starboard already. He has scans coming up as well. So when he uses those scans, he's going to be able... He might elect to save those scans or use it to clear the mines up front in front of his natural. But I was going to say he could use it to see whether advil has decided to try to, like, expand off of this. But wow, that was actually quite a few pickoffs. The tanks! Oh, that was a huge explosion! Okay, that was a really good value.
Wow,
mine
that
right
might
there.
actually cost him the game there. Look at all these vultures in the base.
Yeah,
I mean, they're all
this
pretty
is gonna
hurt
be-
though.
He will be able to lay mines into the base and pick off as many SCVs as he can to try to even out this worker count. He's even got a tank following that to hit the bunker. Maybe he could break that, and if he breaks that, he could potentially break the natural. The vultures do get cleaned up inside the main base. More mines are being laid down in the natural of Pand0r. I don't know, man. Like, I don't see that many more reinforcements coming from Advil. Like, I think Pand0r is going to be able to hold this.
Oh,
that was
another
huge
mine.
hit. Oh, that's
And now
really
he can
rough.
shell these SCVs from there, from basically a safe spot.
Yeah, Pand0r's going to have to give up quite a few SCVs to try to hold this. Oh, he
And
does have a
now-
race out.
And now, proxy starport.
Oh
man.
my
okay, we're just
God.
crossing everything today. Alright.
You know what? I don't think this is an unwinnable spot for Pand0r because he's got 2 CCs, so he can remake workers eventually. If he can just clear these units in front of his base, which I think is... I don't
He
know,
needs
I
to
think it's
repair the
possible.
CC, though.
Yeah,
But
he
it's
needs
true,
to
yeah.
not lose this PC.
Oh my god, this is so close. Oh my god, no.
Oh, he
loses
loses
it.
it! Oh my god.
Okay, that
Okay.
is really bad. Okay.
That changes the dynamic of this game now.
Yeah. It looks like Advil's going. Oh, that was
Oh
a
my
nice
god,
little
this
mine
is...
hit.
This game is all about the mines, man.
Yeah, we got big explosions this CVT. I like it. That's what I watch CVT for. It's the big explosions. We're also gonna have wraiths of our own for Advil, so he could even yeah, he could keep poking at these tanks as well and try to whittle them down. Advil continuing to send reinforcements to try to continue this contain. Pand0r is also rebuilding. Yes, yeah. Oh, that's kind of rough. But Pand0r is going to rebuild that CC. He's going to try to get back into this. The worker count isn't too different. It's still 4 down for Pand0r, so that's kind of rough. But both have about like relatively even tech. The only issue being that Advil has like complete dominance in terms of position. I think having the high ground, having the mines here.
Yeah,
Although
meanwhile,
their buildings are proxied.
there's a Wraith inside of Advil's main that's got 3 kills now, and he's just finishing up his armory.
Oh shoot, I missed this. Yeah, this is actually
This
getting
is,
a lot of value.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Okay, and it looks like Pand0r is able to break up and take control of his own high ground third. Wow. Okay, well, nobody's dead yet, so it looks like we're going to go into a relatively long game now.
Yeah,
it's been
who's
50
actually...
minutes.
Oh my god. Oh, no, 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 no.
Oh, he loses
Oh
another
no,
king.
Pand0r.
Not again. These mines have not been friendly to him. Yeah, that's really rough. It's kind of weird though, cause like Advil's stuff is like he's gonna have a starport and a factory proxy on the map. That's not gonna help him if this game continues to go, you know, long. Pand0r is gonna get vultures out onto the map and lay mines, try to get some map vision. And yeah, I mean Advil is also taking control of his own high ground third. The Wraith is chasing away the barracks. And then behind this, let's see, do we have an armory? We have an armory for both players, but already Advil started their +1. I don't see the armor. Oh wait, no, Pand0r actually already has +1, so he's gonna have a upgrade advantage for a bit. But really, we're gonna be waiting for when that +2 kicks in. That's gonna be the break point. 2-shotting siege tanks is that's gonna be huge. We also have a vulture run by in Pand0r's main, but that is going to get cleaned up quickly.
I'd just like to say, Pand0r lays very pretty mines.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's
actually-
true. Yeah. You can
Just
probably
take a-
hardly you probably hardly see them on the stream because it's black. Oh.
Right, but the point is, it's like a nice vertical line down the map that's going to catch anything coming over to the right.
Yeah, very well done. Yeah.
Still though, Pand0r being down on this SCV count is still kind of rough. And okay, it looks like Pand0r is going to clean up or try to clean up the 6 o'clock position with the 2 proxy buildings, and advil's going to lift those away. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure when you kind of get your tech up as in TVT, like when you would get a science facility to try to get that +2. Like it feels like one of those upgrades that you probably want to like rush the fastest, right? Like without dying, but I don't know.
Rushing
Okay,
it
that's-
does make sense, though. I mean, if we think about it, there's that nice break point with siege tanks when they shoot at each other. If you have, what is it, +2? You two-shot them?
Yeah. That makes breaking any siege lines that much easier, but also makes trying to break them that much harder to do as well. Tanks are so good like that. Luckily for advil, before he lost the starport, he actually did put the science facility down, so likely we're not going to see too much delay between when his +1 finishes and his +2 starts. Still though, for Pand0r, I don't... there's the science facility. So I imagine he'll get his +2 soon enough. Yeah, both players... Actually, no. Advil is the one that's increasing their factory count. Up to 5 now. Pand0r instead elected to go for a quicker third at the 6 o'clock base. To try to get more gas. And they're going to stay on this 3 factories. Actually, oh wait. I missed it. Both have the third at around the same time. So... I don't know. This still looks kind of rough for Pand0r. I mean... all these extra units that are going to be flooding out from Advil's factories,
I think it's okay. They're even worker counts, basically. Or they're at the point where they don't need more. They have almost even supplies. Pand0r really has good eyes on the map with these mines that are laid down brilliantly. We're kind of missing a lot of vision for Advil. I'm actually concerned for Orange Terran here.
Yeah, that is true. We don't have like if Pand0r elects to do anything like shenanigans with his vultures, they're not gonna see it at all. Okay, yeah, those wraiths get chased out by the Goliaths and Advil's main. Oh, actually, wow. Dang, these wraiths have been so annoying. This 4th has now been delayed a little bit. And are also going to get the 4th of their own. Yeah, so it looks like we're just gonna get into like a much longer kind of macro game. We're not gonna see. It doesn't look like we're gonna see any like big tank lines for like trying to contain or anything yet. But I imagine they at some point one of these players is gonna have to move out to try to like take control of the position, right? I think TVT is probably one of those matchups that's more focused on positioning than anything else, than any of the other mirror matchups.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Pand0r already electing to take a 5th base as well, so they're gonna get that. They're gonna get their 4th gas, or try to get that 4th gas quickly. Yeah, and Pand0r also flooding with factories. It's now 6 to 5. Although this, well, it's only a 20 supply difference, but it looks like Advil might be electing to try to move out. He's going to try to clear mines with these vultures if when he scans there. But Pand0r is going to know that this move out is coming because these mines have been so well placed. Just not sure how, I guess, how you would react to this. I guess, yeah, he's going to send some tanks down to 6 o'clock because it looks like that might be the target for this attack here. He's also building a nice little wall of depots with, along with the engineering bay to make it that much harder for vultures to get in on top of the tanks. Yeah, we're going to see the vultures try to fight uphill, but against 3 tanks, this is... yeah, that's probably not going to work out. So instead, advil's going to elect to try to change the vector for their attack. It looks like they might... I'm not sure about trying to inch their way in through this, like, this valley area. It just... I don't know. I think it's just a little too easy for Pand0r to defend it with tanks near that wall on their high ground third. But this is putting some pressure on Pand0r. He's going to have to be vigilant because this force is still out here. Unfortunately, though, advil is... this is kind of rough because advil doesn't have a 4th gas of their own or a 5th base. So, like, I'd say the further along this goes... oh, he's going to try to push in still.
You know, I don't know how I feel about this. I think holding that central position was a really good idea, but pushing in, that might be risky.
Yeah, I like the fact that Pand0r is just gonna hold this here. He knows like trying to push into this is going to be a lot more costly for advil than it is for himself, and he's gonna take the rest of the units and he's gonna try to push up north a little. Maybe take a, I don't know, maybe counterattack, maybe take the position around to get greater map control. This looks quite rough for advil. The supplies have kind of evened out now because advil threw a couple of units away trying to like push in a little bit. Instead he's gonna, I'm not sure if he's, it looks like he might be falling back or he might swing around, maybe he goes, yeah, it looks like he's just gonna fall back with the majority of his units.
Meanwhile, there's this attack going on the 4th base.
Oh yeah.
This looks actually pretty strong. I mean, advil's gonna come back here, but this is not gonna be a very good trade, I feel. Never mind.
He is able to clean it up.
Actually, kind of, I missed that advil actually, when he pushed in just now, lower at the 6th alarm position, he actually just finished his +2, which Pand0r has had for some time now.
Oh, Pand0r is gonna actually clean up that small forest down that was near his 6 o'clock. I guess. Man. Wow, he's getting a lot of good value here. Getting a couple free tanks, a couple of Goliaths. Oh, but these tanks... oh no, advil sieged up first. He's gonna lose all these tanks for free.
Oh, that's really painful.
Yeah, that's gonna hurt. Pand0r's gonna bring in some more reinforcements. He may try to... I'm not sure if he's gonna try to hit this, but oh, he has a dropship too. I didn't even notice this. And he's gonna try to drop... is he gonna drop anything on the tanks? No, he's not gonna drop anything on the tanks just yet. Yeah, I don't know where the rest of advil's forces are. Some of them are actually like trying to, I guess, secure different bases. Like he has a force at the top right, so like to prevent anything from going up there, and he has a force at the 9 o'clock location. Oh, he's gonna lose a few more tanks in the center. Okay, now this is where we're starting to see that, like, you know, those tank lines get established. Oh, advil's gonna lose a couple more free tanks north of this position in the center. That is, that's really rough. And now, like,
yeah,
Pand0r
we're
has
starting
just...
to lose too many units, I think.
He has this huge tank lead against advil right now, especially since
Yeah.
advil's forces are split up. I think if he just scanned, he could easily try to walk in and try to clean up this mess of tanks in the center, but I'm not sure how cost efficient it would be. Instead, Pand0r is actually just going to get a bunch of dropships at their at the high ground third, and he's loaded them all up. It looks like we could be seeing a dune drop from Pand0r. I don't see. Yeah, I mean, I don't see. I only see a wraith from advil. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to be enough to clean up these dropships. I'm not sure advil spotted the dropships going up to the... it looks like they're heading toward 3 o'clock now. And even worse, if this drop gets through, most of advil's units are all out of position. Like, he has some from his rallies that he could use to defend, but this drop looks to be freaking huge. And it's just going to drop right in, get on top of the production. Oh, that is a huge amount of tanks. He's going to siege up, and he's going to be within range of the ramp, which makes it even worse for Terran trying to get up the ramp to defend their own base. Tanks are getting annihilated as they try to come up, and Advil's actually GG out.
GG.
Positioning.
Yeah, really well played by Pand0r. Really showing why he's one of the top players of CPL.
Yeah, that was a great investment into the dropships to get that Dune drop in. I kind of wish I had noticed that he was banking the dropships earlier. But yeah, he just he played really solid. I don't know, he had solid defense in the beginning against Advil's aggression, and then from there he kind of just trusted in like his macro game. And,
in the heart of the cards. Oh, his macro game, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the first series. Pand0r's going to take that one for Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol. Unfortunately, Cattlebruisers now going to be down in one series. Hopefully, this next matchup, they can bring it back.
Yeah, he is Pand0r of the Pand0r Patrol, so he has to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, he's like...
he's the mascot.
It's like having a leader or a hero in your party, right? Like, he has to...
Yeah, I mean, like when you look at the logo in the top right corner, the guy in front, the Charles Barkley, that's him. That's his avatar, anyway.
Yeah, he's in front, man.
He's not actually Charles Barkley. Then again, I'm not sure. I've never met him, so maybe he is Charles Barkley. I don't know. Okay, so let's get into game number 2. This is going to be inkjet versus Vermin.
Zergling reinforcements arriving.
A PVT, and we're going to go to game 1 on butter.
Finally, a matchup that I can kind of understand. All right, this is going to be good. It's going to be... Wait, oh, okay. Okay, oh, it's a TV.
Are you okay?
Okay, never mind. This is not a matchup I'll be able to understand.
What happened? What happened here? Did I mess up?
Maybe they switched races
earlier?
Oh,
that's what happened. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, this is I thought this was gonna be a PVT, but it's apparently Vermin is a Zerg. Inkjet is a Terran.
Yeah, I guess so. Apparently.
No, this is actually
been Zerg.
Yeah, what happened here? I don't know. I don't know what happened. But I do know that Inkjet is supposed to be a Terran, so I don't know exactly what I did wrong there. But yeah.
Well, and
what a surprise!
We're gonna have spawning in the top right, Vermin, playing in the I guess like a grayish Zerg, and in the bottom left, playing in the red Terran, which is a great color for Terran, by the way. We're gonna have Inkjet. And Inkjet already looks like they're going to try to go for a wall off at their natural, so that's going to be fun. I hear, as far as TVZ goes, I hear from Terrans, if you can wall your net, go for it. That makes you so much safer against, Ling run bys and whatnot. So.
Yeah, a lot of the time, bottom right spawns can supplement that, and it's a 2-player map, but it's still a bottom right spawn, so.
Yeah, it's so much nicer having the Marines just spawn inside of your wall instead of outside of it. I know I had that same, like, I hate the kind of the wall-ins for PvZ in that same manner, where sometimes your Zealots is going to be spawning outside of the wall and your Zealot spawns inside of the wall, so as much as I can, I try to keep, like, units that spawn, try to keep them inside the wall. Oh, but... Okay, yeah, so it looked like Inkjet was going to try to be sneaky with their scout, maybe? Like, kind of coming in from a different direction than just straight through the middle of the map. I'm not sure if Vermin actually caught that. I think they did for a little bit. The drone's going to see the wall in at the natural. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, that's an interesting second depot placement.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that helps necessarily. It seems like it sticks out, here, look, Zerglings, come attack this thing that's sticking out from the wall. But I imagine Inkjet knows something that I as a Protoss don't. So, and even more interesting than that is we're gonna have Inkjet go for a factory. So we could be looking at maybe mech, maybe a 1-1-1. We still only see one SE on gas, so I don't think this is gonna. I mean, this is gonna be a Vulture first opening to see if they can get damage against Zerg. And we have the lair going down for Vermin. Good timing on it, I think. Two SCV or two Zerglings pop to try to chase this SCV. Yeah, we're gonna see Inkjet actually go for a command center after this factory. So I'm not entirely sure what the follow-up is going to be for Inkjet. That's the thing I'm most curious about. We already see Vermin has the sunken being morphed at their natural, so they're going to be ready for this Vulture when it arrives. And we're actually going to see another Vulture come out for Inkjet as well. Yeah, there's still only one Marine for Inkjet, so I'm really not entirely sure what the follow-up is going to be for... Oh, we see an Armory going down for Inkjet, actually. So it looks like this is going to be like mech, so it looks like they might be just going into Goliaths. At least that's what I imagine it's going to be. And then we have Vermin throwing down the Spire. So they are going to elect 4 mutas, it looks like. And I don't know what happened with these. Okay, so we have an Evolution Chamber also going down for Vermin as well. Yeah, I don't know what else to like to note about this in particular. It looks like we're just gonna have that Goliath build versus mutas. I guess the thing that I'm unsure of is, oh, we're actually gonna get a run by in Vermin's Nat. The Lynx do a good job blocking the Vultures from getting too far, but one of the Vultures is gonna slip into the main base. It's gonna force a drone pull. They're gonna have to try to micro this against the Vulture. So far, none of the drones have fallen, so good job so far from Vermin, but one is gonna go down. We're gonna get another one. That's gonna be 2. This is so much lost mining time, and 2 of the drones have already gone down. That's 3 now. 4. Holy cow, this Vulture is actually doing so much damage. Yeah, we're gonna see a Hydralisk Den come up for Vermin, as well as a Creek Colony in the main. He knows he needs to find, like, he doesn't have anything that actually can kill this Vulture at the moment. The mutas are still building. So this sucks for Vermin. He's gonna have he can't mine gas from the main, he can't mine minerals there. This is not at all what he wanted. This is gonna stint his growth quite a bit. The Goliaths are already coming out for Inkjet. I mean, you know, when the mutas do come across the map, I find it hard to see how they're gonna get any damage done. Like, Inkjet already has quite a few Goliaths. He's gonna be able to. He's gonna have the engineering bay done soon, so he can supplement with turrets if he needs to. Oh, he might even pick off this Overlord at his Nat. No, he's not gonna get it. Close though. Okay, we're gonna see the formulas come in. The natural for Terran is kind of exposed. Most of Inkjet's Goliaths are in his main at the moment, so he could get a couple SCV kills as retribution for the drones that he's lost so far. Not too much damage. He gets some though, so that's always nice to try to get back in. Yeah, and it looks like we're not gonna get any more Mutalisks. Vermin, I think he's doing this right. He knows he's not going to be able to overwhelm the Goliaths with the high number of mutas, given the damage that he's taken. So he's just going to switch straight to Hydralisk immediately. And I think that's a really good play. You know, like, the Goliaths themselves, they're good units, but versus Hydralisk, they it depends on the amount of numbers, but they're going to need, they'll likely need tank support if you're going to face a large number of Hydralisks. And in fact, Inkjet actually got quite a few turrets up as well, so... And granted, that's safe to make sure, you know, if Vermin had actually, you know, followed up with more Mutalisks, you know, he stays safe against that. But in the long run, not going to be as useful. He also doesn't have any scans either, so he's not going to know just yet that Zerg is gone heavily into the Hydras. We also don't necessarily see a third base just yet from Vermin. I think they lost an Overlord. Yeah, I think the Goliaths managed to pick off an Overlord, so that supply blocked him for a little bit. And now Vermin is going to move across with the Mulus and Hydralisk. I actually don't know how this is going to go. I mean, okay, so now Vermin, yeah, he can't hop in. He can't walk in as easily now with the gate closed. He's going to pick off this outlying depot and force a repair off of this barracks. Siege mode has not been started. Well, no, it's just started now. So these Hydralisks are going to be a bit annoying for a while. The tank is out, though. He walks up and picks off a couple of the Goliaths and the SCVs, but he trades quite a few Hydralisks for it. Not sure if that was worth the trade. And we see more Hydralisks coming out of Vermin. I mean, I don't know how... Like, I know Zerg's economy is pretty much in the dumpster, so I'm not sure if this is as all-in as it looks. But, given the amount of units he's had to make to defend against, like, that Goliath push earlier, that's... I'm not sure if he's going to be able to really get damage done with the amount of units he's made. I don't think he can really kill Terran like this. He does have a third going up, though, at the, I guess, the high ground 2 o'clock expansion area. So, I guess if he can try to get squeeze another round of drones out, he might be in a good spot. And it looks like he's doing that now, after he's done a little bit of pressure to Terran. Yeah, Inkjet actually, he's gonna get the scanners up. So he's gonna I'm not sure where he's gonna scan first. I'm kind of interested to see what he does, whether he scans for a third base location, or if he scans, what Zerg's drone count is at. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have too much else coming. Oh, we actually have more Mulus on the way from Zerg. Huh. I guess this is to... If he gets a big enough Mulus ball, if he can snipe the tanks, then these Hydralisks and Mulus can easily clean up the Goliaths. But this is kind of a scary looking push. I think Inkjet did scan that third base location, and yeah, he's gonna try to move in to get it, but Vermin doing a good job forcing Terran to come back home using this counterattack threat. He's actually gonna dive straight into the natural. But there is a tank there, and come on, Inkjet, repair that. No, it's not gonna get repaired, it's gonna go down, but the rest of the Hydralisks and Mulus here are all gonna get cleaned up. And I don't think it was too much damage that they were able to do. It does buy Vermin a lot of time, though. Like, this Mutaflock is now a 10 Mutaflock. If he could pick off the tanks, this could be a little bit easier for him to hold. He's throwing down Creek colonies at the high ground third. He knows he needs to secure this location before the Terran push gets across in time. He has some Hydralisks coming up as well. So yeah, he really needs to he has to either backstab, force Terran to come back. But Terran is already up on the high ground at the third base location. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to hold this. He's going to swoop in with the Mulus right now. He already loses a Mulus for free. That's really rough. Yeah, he's going to call GG here. He can't save this third. Well played by Inkjet. Taking a game off of Vermin already.
Yes, GG. It was very, very interesting for a PvT.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a PvT I haven't seen before.
Yeah, let me just very quickly fix the scoreboard here. Maybe you could talk for a second about the game. I'll be right back. Oh wait, this is the wrong screen. It's not the screen I want. This is the screen I want. I'm just gonna really quickly fix the scoreboard.
I had to go pick up a baby. I caught the tail end of that game.
Oh.
It, wow.
How did you like that PvT?
The
But yeah,
Protoss were pretty fast on the map.
They are. They very much were. I don't know, man. Like, I'm not sure if there was a way for Vermin to catch back up there. So he took a lot of vulture damage early. From the first 3 vultures that ran by into his base. One survived the encounter with the Sunkens, and that vulture did so much damage to the drone line. Like it forced so much lost mining time. I'm not sure how you would come back from that as Zerg.
Yeah. I don't think there was any chance of him coming back. I forgot where I heard it from, but I think someone once told me that if Zerg is prolonged more than 15 workers down, you're just all in.
Hmm.
So being down
Okay.
a lot of workers, and I think when he went in and backstabbed in the natural, I think that actually sealed the deal against him because he was doomed to lose those units.
Right.
And then
Yeah.
there was nothing left at home.
Yeah, he was not going to be able to defend that third. I thought maybe the Mutalisk... I mean, the Goliath count was just too high. Like, there was more Goliaths than there were Mutalisks, but I wasn't sure if maybe the Mutalisk could snipe the tanks and somehow he could hold, but yeah, there was just too many units for Inkjet.
I think if he had actually pumped Hydras instead of Mutas, and then had managed to build a couple Sunkens, the Goliaths
Is
suck
the,
against Sunkens.
Next game is up, by the way.
Oh.
Fix the scoreboard. Inkjet is the Terran again.
There we go, yeah. We have TVC. Let's go.
Probably a little bit shocked to see that he was a Protoss for like one game, but try not to do
I
that
wouldn't
again.
be. I've seen like so many people race switching this season, so like just seeing anybody with like a different race than normal, I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah, they're probably off racing or something. This is completely normal. All right, but we're gonna start in the bottom right of Polypoid. We're gonna have Vermin in the gray Zerg, and in the bottom left, we're gonna have Inkjet in the red Terran.
Get your eyes checked. That's bluish gray.
Is it bluish gray? Oh,
Bluish gray,
well,
yeah.
I couldn't. I'm never good with colors anyway, so.
I'm partially colorblind too.
Yeah.
Escalate in the chat complaining that the TTS has been switched off. I'm sorry. It'll be on again when I stream my regular games.
I mean, so far, now that Inkjet has actually taken the game off of Vermin, I think Vermin's playing for Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol, right? So that basically, I mean, this is good for. Oh wait a minute. Why do we have these SCVs out here?
Yeah,
Of course we have SCVs out here.
You were gonna explain something. I'm like, wait a minute, there's something more important going on here.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right, guys. So I don't actually see this too often, but yeah, we're gonna get BBS on this map. This is gonna be, you know, if I think what you definitely want pull first versus this, right? So we'll see if he's made another round of drones. It looks like Vermin's actually gonna go for a 12 hatch.
This is 12 hatch. Yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be a short game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kimura saying this is an unethical build. It's true. This is some kind of abuse. But we don't see this that much in the CPL.
Oh,
but
dude,
the drone might actually
worse.
caught the SCV. He knows that the SCV is coming from a kind of an unnatural place, but no, he didn't
think
really
he
notice.
He had to look.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
had to actually
That's
look.
unfortunate. Even better for Inkjet though is he found the Zerg first, so he doesn't have to worry about, okay, did I send the Marines in the wrong direction? That doesn't buy any time for Zerg whatsoever. And this pull is still only like 33% done.
Oh, and he managed to deny the scout as well. So,
So when you see this as Zerg,
oh my god.
that's
oh,
a
he
red
manages to
flag
get
already.
in. Yeah. Okay, so even though the drone gets in and he knows what's up now, I think Inkjet's just laughing his ass off right now. The
Yeah,
bunker's already
right,
making. The pool is not even done yet.
Colonies.
So I guess are we gonna cancel this hatchery or are we gonna still keep it for the larva? No, he's just
gonna cancel it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he's just gonna hope that the Sunkens can save him in time. Man.
So that might have been a really big mistake there, canceling that original creep colony and moving it back, because it would be a sunken by now. We do see the links pop though, so we'll see what happens here.
Okay. Well, he's holding on for now. The Sunken is really weak though. The Marines definitely look like they could DPS this down if they get a good angle on it. Yeah, I guess I imagine Inkjet might maybe like put a bunker up here, this high ground, or I guess maybe he's just gonna continue using it to block Zerglings. But yeah, this looks really rough. Already Inkjet getting a gas behind this, and we also see a lair coming up for Vermin.
But he actually got
you know,
supply blocked, so he can't make any Marines right now.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. This is what he's got right now for.
This his supply depot just finished, so but his barracks are still not spinning though.
It still
Barracks
looks really
spin?
rough though. I'm not sure how much like one hatch production compares to two barracks production, but like I doubt we're gonna be able to squeeze any drones out anytime soon. And we have to keep making these Kree colonies too, because this bile ball is going to get bigger and bigger.
I actually think he held this now, don't you think? There's 3 sunks now, and quite a lot of links, and I think Inkjet's is gonna try a transition. He's not making Marines anymore.
I
Academy.
was actually surprised.
Yeah, I'm actually not sure what the follow-up is here, though. I mean, he has a nice contain, he can't take his natural.
Oh, wait a minute though. If he could, okay. So Inkjet's gonna try to wall in with the Marines, but if like these Zerglings ever escape out onto the map, I think Inkjet is pretty much gonna die because like he's gonna have like no defenses at home.
Yeah, and Vermin is actually getting
Okay.
speed right now, which is almost done, so I think he's just gonna try to run by.
He's also getting a Spire as well. Very ambitious on one gas. Ooh, very nice cleanup here with the Marines at the Nat. Runs by the bunker.
Yeah, that was really nice. More
Yep,
Zerglings
that
are gonna
was a
keep
good play.
popping out.
Yeah, he's going to send him across.
Yeah, I don't see how Inkjet could defend this. I mean, his production's in the middle of the map. The Marines are now in a lower count than they would have wanted. He's gonna start a bunker.
Yeah, there's a bunker, but there's no Marines here.
Yeah, and the Zerglings, I mean, with speed, they could easily surround these Marines before the SCVs can help.
Ooh, they got to be careful not to be drilled.
Get those Marines. Get those Marines. They're right there.
Oh, they're hitting the command center. Oh, no.
He is getting quite a few SCVs for this. Oh, the Marines.
Oh, no.
All right, GG. Yeah.
Oh, Inkjet. My heart,
Just,
it breaks for you.
Incredible. Wow.
The Marines protesting against the commander inside the CC.
Wow. Props to Vermin for holding that and then killing him off.
Yeah,
Really
that was
amazingly
well
done.
Yeah, good killer instinct. Just show that and flourish in game number 2 there. Take it back.
Making this a series. All right, we're gonna get a game 3. Finally, we're gonna get a game 3.
And he did that off a 12 hatch too.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if there had been, I don't know if there had been a better way for maybe Inkjet to try to close it out or get that neck breaking move in. Like Vermin did a good job holding with the Sunkens and then counterattacking and then ending the game from there. But
I think
like,
Inkjet would have been alright if he didn't mess with his Marines so much.
I kind of wonder if a bunker at the top of the ramp would have been a good choice to add.
Yeah,
Like maybe sending a
think
couple
so.
SCVs and like just kind of stalling Zerg at the top of the ramp so they can't get down or anything like that.
And by the way, the attacking the CC thing, this is why I sometimes use Patrol when I'm attacking into a place that has a lot of units that I don't want to directly attack. Because when you patrol, you actually don't have that problem. You can patrol click onto your own CC or something and they won't attack it.
Oh, alright.
That's actually a really good tip. I'm gonna be using that from now on.
Sometimes it can be useful, yeah.
I use the attack command and hit the mini-map.
Oh yeah, that works too, yeah. Okay, so let's see who actually ends up taking this. It's gonna be Inkjet versus Vermin on Vermeer, our third map. Let's get into it.
Nice. I get to see what the third map is this time.
Yeah, and I get
the last time I was casting, I never got to see what the third map was, so I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, and I'm curious what the third build is gonna be from Inkjet.
Yeah, Inkjet has been playing I guess creatively is one way you could put it.
aggressively.
Yes, yeah. But we're gonna have in the top right spawn playing for Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol. We're gonna have Vermin spawning as the green Zerg, and in the bottom right, we're going to have Inkjet playing for the Cattlebruisers in the red Terran.
You're being called out in the chat.
Kimura's calling you out, yeah.
Hey, I mean, I don't think we can blame Fridge for what he's saying here.
I just couldn't find a better word for it, man. Aggressive was a better word of choice. But yeah, we're luckily for Vermin, we're gonna have he's gonna be scouting Inkjet with their first overlord immediately. So that's already a really nice thing for them going into this last game. And given that we've had mech now and a BBS, I wonder if Vermin decides to continues to like open with a 12 hatch, or if he's gonna go for a pull first opening. But Vermeer is kind of a large map, right? And it looks like they're going to get more drones, so it looks like it might be maybe 11, 12 hatch, it looks like, again.
Well, if you get BBS'd and you win that game off 12 hatch, you got to be feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, that is true. I guess for me, I just wouldn't, like, if something stupid happened again, I wouldn't want to die to it. For me, I'd probably be like, it would be a really terrible way if, like, you know, they decided to BBS again and they managed to win that time. It's like, but I do agree. I mean, given this win, like, all the momentum seems to be on Vermin's side right now.
By the way, Inkjet in the chat right now. So, watch what you're saying. Inkjet's saying that there was a CPL season where Inkjet only BBS'd. And Inkjet says it's because he didn't have time that season.
Oh well, I mean, if they're practiced with their BBS, you know, that's a blade you can use, man. That's a finely honed blade. But at the same time, like, I always hear like Terrans complain, man, dude, our cheeses suck. Like BBS, yeah, it sucks. But you know,
I don't know. I think Terran has some very good cheeses.
I fear their two factories. I fear their two factories very much. Yes.
So I don't know about some. We saw some very creative builds from Royal as well in the last ASL. If we're going to use the word creative.
Right.
I think no matter what race you play, you should always have a good, dirty, filthy cheese in your back pocket that you know really well, because they're good for series.
Yeah, I do agree there. It's good to try, like, one, it not only could it throw away like your opponent's preparation for like a specific map, but also like just getting that cheap win. It's just so good sometimes, you know. Like you can break momentum with that. I mean, if you need a win, you need a win. That's how it works. Cheeses are a fair game. So
yeah, at the end of the day, whoever wins just wins. Don't matter how you get there.
By the way, this drone for Vermin's been scouting the entire map, so he can be pretty sure there's no barracks out there.
Yeah, very thorough scouting for Vermin this time around. And it looks
the trauma
like
scout.
I'm not sure. Can you get this SCV? The links?
Okay, we're producing a lot of lings, and we're also researching speed.
Oh, I missed this. Oh, he's actually, he's been kind of hiding these, hasn't he?
Just wanted to point that out. There's no Spire on the way or anything. He's pretty much doing a speedling thing. There we go. But Inkjet's gonna spot it and be like, that's like 18 seconds late. What's up?
And I think he may have seen the speed. Well, if he didn't see it, he knows about it now.
He knows now.
I actually wonder if in a situation like this, maybe you should just not put down the Spire to give the idea that you put it down somewhere else.
Yeah, that's like they might have put it in the natural, right?
Yeah, to give that impression.
Yeah. Good vulture control so far from Inkjet. Picking off these legs one by one. It looks like he could lose a vulture. He will lose one vulture, but he's held his ramp. The CC was lifted. More lings are on the way, but I don't see them busting this ramp anytime soon.
Well,
especially with
make
good vulture
something
control.
happen.
Oh,
Oh, but
currently at
actually the
is
last
in.
vulture actually went out, so at the moment there's actually no vulture. I think one is just making, there's 2 Goliaths making right now, so those will hold though.
oh, there's one inside like the top left or top right corner of his main
Oh,
base.
there it is. I thought it went out,
Yeah.
but there it is, yeah.
It would have been a neat
Oh.
idea if he slipped that out, but I don't think he'd be able to get past the sunk at the main. Or at the
I thought he was
natural.
going to proxy hatch at his nat because his CC was lifted with that drone, but he sent it back.
That would have been amazing. I would have loved to see that. It probably wouldn't have worked, but, you know.
Yeah, and it looks like from here, yeah, we're gonna have that Mutalisk follow-up after this. I don't know. This is the engineering bay is going to be halfway finished, but these Mutalisks could get there in time. And he does have a Goliath, but and he has +1 armor plating already going for his armoring. So Inkjet is like, it looks like they might be ready for the Mutalisk follow-up already. And we're gonna see a third hatch from Vermin as well.
Oh, beautiful pick off on that Goliath.
Oh,
Actually doing
that
a
was
very
really
nice surround there.
The Mutalisks are going to be harassing the SCVs, and the Goliaths always having trouble going up and down ramps. Yeah, he's going to get an SCV for his troubles.
Alright, that's about as much as 2 Mutalisks can do.
Yeah. But he is still making more. We have already 6 in total, I think, now. A 7th one on the way.
Oh yeah, he's got to keep making them, otherwise he won't be able to maintain any kind of map control that's meaningful. I mean, well, you know, Inkjet's going mech, so it's probably going to be a timing, but when he pushes out...
I wonder if you, like...
If you have a plethora of Muta, you can threaten lots of backstabs.
Yeah, I
And-
was going to ask about that, like, if we do, like, a Muta-Ling combo, I guess, as some sort of backstab, or maybe to just dive in and try to kill off as many Goliaths as possible, or something like that.
We could, but if we do it at this point, it's extremely all-in. Not that we're, like, not already kind of all-in, based on where we started, but... I mean, take a look at Zerg's natural. We have 2 drones on minerals, and that's basically the extent of it.
He does have some more under those overlords, but yeah, he's in a rush, kind of a rough spot. He has been getting quite a few SCV pickoffs though, so this has been really nice damage from Vermin. But he has lost a couple of mutas in the process.
Indeed, it's necessary losses though. He has to do this in order to shorten that gap in the economic lead that Inkjet has over him.
Yeah.
So this will buy him a lot of extra time.
Yeah, so there's some of those extra drones. He's not mining with them though. That's kind of unfortunate. There are 5 drones that are kind of sitting there. Oh, 3 now. I don't think he sees them. Mutalisks are still sharking around Terran's main, seeing if they can find openings. These turrets are pretty well placed. The Goliaths, you know, walking back and forth between the two bases, trying to keep these Mutalisks from getting any more damage than they want. Oh. Okay, he gets a couple more SCV kills.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how much he was able to get done with a fairly low number of mutas.
I actually, like, I quite like this for Zerg right now because, you know, they've managed to catch up pretty well in the drone count and they still have a pretty big Mutalisk ball. Like, it's still, but yeah, it's about 10, 11 Mutalisks now. So yeah, they have like a full control group of Mutalisks. This is and he could keep Terran busy for quite a while with it.
The Mutalisk play by itself has definitely kept him in the game. Not only that, but pretty much even the game out.
I mean, he's
look at the
ahead of
work
supply too, so.
Yeah, that's never a good spot to be in. Ahead in workers, ahead in supply. Only on
Looks
2
like-
bases though, but we do have 3 hatcheries, so we do have plentiful larvae.
Yeah, and we're going to continue to build upon this Mutalisk ball. It looks like Vermin is also looking to take that 12 o'clock as their 3rd base. Try to get more gas. And we actually see +1 armor being researched for the Mutalisks. They already have +1 attack, so... You know, this is going to make that much harder for the Goliaths to fight the Mutalisks. We do see +1 attack on the way for the Goliaths as well. So, yeah, they're leaning very heavily into the, like, you know, Inkjet leaning heavily into the Goliaths, and Vermin leading very heavily into the Mutalisk play. Do have scans go off for Inkjet checking the main.
Yeah. I think if I had a big complaint for Inkjet, it's just how idle the CCs are, or have been.
Mm-hmm.
He's up to almost 2 control groups of mutas now.
Oh man, that's a lot. And I have to say, that's like, if you can control 2 groups of Mutalisk like that, props to you. That's fucking impressive, man. Like, it's already hard enough to control just the one, and oh, excuse me. But yeah, he's gonna take out the turrets in the main base as well. This is going to... No, actually, Inkjet is just going to commit with the Goliaths that he already has out on the map. He's going to leave the ones that were spawning from the factories to try to deal with this.
Are these Sunkens gonna finish, though, for the counterattack?
And these Mutalists should be able to arrive back in time to help with the defense. Right? I mean...
Yeah. He pulls back with the mutas. That's definitely what you want to do. And he should be able to sandwich this Terran army, and he should be able to defend this.
This is a good... Oh, this is a really good cleanup for Vermin. This looks worse and worse for Inkjet as the game continues to go on. He's now had his force on the map wiped out, so that Goliath count that he wanted to build up is now, like, been drastically reduced. He's forced to build more turrets in his main because he knows that a potential counterattack there could just kill him straight away. And then we see, yeah, more drones popping up at the third for Vermin. He's just looking in a really solid spot. I don't, like, this is really tough for Inkjet. We're gonna see a starport come up now. Well, oh, well, okay, if we eat shots like that, that's not a great way to use our Mutalisks.
What was that, 4, maybe 5? There's a lot of Mutalisks lost.
Yeah, quite a few bruised as well. But yeah, I mean, Inkjet is kind of, he's stuck in this position where he's just kind of forced to turtle. Like, you see him building more turrets, like, he knows, like, I don't think he can move out onto the map at all, so he knows that. So he's just trying to turtle, keep minimal losses from these Mutalisks, and then try to build up a force. Maybe he can find a way to get another big push going out there as well. Maybe get an upgrade advantage if he can get the science facility going up. He could try to use that to turn things around, because he does have a lot of gas. So, you know, a couple of good irradiates on these Mutalisks could be a game changer.
It's tough, though. It's tough to even tech up that far when you go mech. A lot of your gas is redirected to other resources.
Yeah, we see that now. He's getting those tanks. The Goliaths are already, like, yeah, they take like 50 gas so far.
So
but
plus 2 started for Zerg. So I think we're seeing a full commit to airplay here. The Mutalisk play.
Yeah, he also does have the option to switch to Hydralisk if he so pleases, because he is getting the +1 attack, and he has the Hydralisk den on the way, or already done. So if he wants to switch, he could definitely try to do that. If he feels these Mutalisks aren't doing the job anymore.
And it's probably good to have a plan B like that lined up as well. But for now, he has absolute control of this game.
Oh, but if we check out Terran's main, they actually have gone for Valkyries instead, which is also another good counter to the Mutalisks, as long as they're controlled properly. I mean, we don't have any.
I don't like this. No, I don't like this. Here's why. The Valkyries don't have any upgrades. The Mutalisks are well upgraded. Irradiate does not care about upgrades. I think it would have just been better to go straight to Vessel.
I mean, I feel like if we could get any splash in, it's still a positive side effect at least. The thing is, I imagine Vermin's going to be good enough with his control to not take too many like splash shots from his Valkyries, and also just having only this one tank. Oh, actually, he's going to have a second, but yeah, this push, you know, like I feel like this is definitely Inkjet's shot to try to, you know, take this game. If he could, oh, that's kind of rough. We actually have a fleet of Scourge out too, so I think, yeah, you're right.
So Vermin's already anticipated the Valkyries and is prepared for them. This is going to be really, really hard for Terran.
Yeah, I don't see these Valkyries doing too much now. As long as these Scourge actually connect onto the Valkyries, I don't think I don't know. I mean, maybe Inkjet can work some magic here. I mean, well,
I don't.
wow, we have
The odds are stacked against him.
yeah. I mean, we have Hydralis already coming out, so like, Jesus, man, he just has so much.
I feel like Zerg's gonna position to sandwich this, and once Terran loses this army, it's over.
Oh, that was a. I mean, okay, the fight hasn't started, but the cute little thing that Vermin did, he's actually burrowed a link at the third that Ancient wanted to take, so he's forced to make the CC off location. But anyways, this fight looks like it's starting now. The natural is going to be the last sunken falls of the natural. It looks like he's going to walk in with the Goliath, but the mule has come in, and they're stacked so much. I mean, the Valkyries are getting so much damage in. Oh my god.
Yeah, that might be too much stacking. He's not focusing the Valkyries either. He needs to focus the Valkyries first.
I don't know what happened to the Scourge. I think they just got eliminated really fast for the Goliath. Dude, these Valkyries did so much damage.
They were
oh my god. Wow. That was a beautiful attack from Ancient. Unfortunately, Vermin just did not, like, he didn't engage that properly, and in the process, he lost all of his Mulus, he lost all of his Hydralis. This natural is gonna fall. Terran's gonna walk up the main, maybe, and just, you know, I think this could be it.
Yeah, this might actually be it for Zerg, because just the way the engagement was. I mean, that's Brood War for you. You know, we can take a look at, you know, numbers and see the size of armies, try to make an analysis, but the execution could be so much different, and that's what makes this game beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, that's what makes the pros like so good. I mean, they're able to do that and execute on top of that. Like, it's crazy. It's like Snow with his moves.
Wow.
Anyway,
I did not see this coming.
GG.
Yeah, I mean, Vermin looked like to be in a commanding lead there, but you know, that one attack, unfortunately, mismanaging the units a bit.
Yeah, like we had enough Scourge to take out all the Valks too, if we clone them properly.
Yeah, but you know, I guess, you know, Ancient's gonna take that series for the Cattlebruisers, so that's gonna give them one on the scoreboard as well. So now things are tied up 1-1 between Cattlebruisers and Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol for tier 0. So we got ourselves, you know, it's looking good. 1-1 is nice. I always like that. I feel sad and I feel really bad when I see, like, you know, a tier kind of get one-sidedly stomped on. So it's like, yeah, this is good so far.
Yeah, it's good that this is a series. I know that JJPP has been doing very well in CPL so far.
Siblings.
Yeah, they have been. Yeah.
They've been killing it, man.
I mean, I feel like after last week, maybe not so much, but they're still like a strong team. Like every team's pretty strong for like specific tiers but and Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol has definitely been one of the teams to look out for sure.
Yeah. Should we take a quick break, like just a few minutes, and then go on to the next game?
I'm holding a baby right now. I would love a break.
Okay,
Yes,
well,
yeah,
let's take a quick break then. Okay, guys, we'll be back in just a few moments.
Delivering additional Zerglings now.
Alright, we're back. At least I think we're back. Let me check with my co-casters. Let's see if everyone's here.
Alright. Well,
Well, I don't know about Forte, but Forte is baby, so we'll just go on without him. He's got duties.
He'll be back.
Yeah, he'll be back at some point. Okay, this is gonna be Fear versus Nagnar. This is gonna be a PvZ, and yeah, let's see how this goes.
This is a matchup I am looking forward to seeing. Like, I mean, as a Protoss player, you know, PvZ is always a fun matchup to see how other Zergs or how other Protosses do against their Zerg counterparts.
Yeah, I love this matchup.
Right. Well, we're gonna start in the top right again. In the purple Zerg,
My queen,
we have
pardon me for
Nagnar fighting
interrupting,
for Jin
but the
Jin and Pand0r
visitors you
Patrol.
have been expecting have
And in the
arrived.
bottom right, we have the yellow Protoss, Fear, playing for the Cattlebruisers.
By the way, thank you, Fear, for the raid.
Oh, awesome. Perfect timing.
Yeah,
How your
exactly.
game's going.
Yeah.
What? Come on. That's like the college professor that makes you buy his own book.
Good timing, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Well,
perfect, man. Perfect. We were just getting started with your game, so let's see how you do. I guess you
Yeah,
probably did
alright,
pretty
fine.
well, considering...
We're done with this stream. We're done. I'm gonna raid CPL over here. You're done watching me. Go over there and watch me.
I'm
Watch
guessing
me
this probably is foreboding for the result of the match, because I don't think I would be raiding a CPL cast if I was losing it, so let's see.
We'll see.
What are we
We'll
up
see.
Oh, smokes. We're up to 87 viewers right now.
Yeah, man, it's all because of Zero. Thanks again to Zero, man.
Yeah, thanks again for that BSL raid. That was great.
No spoilers, Fair.
Well, it looks like as we start, I'm not sure. Do we get a forge? Do we see? I mean, we should do a forge. You know, seeing that we get a spawning full already. Yeah, so he's gonna go for a forge first opening. Finally, you know, a matchup where I can actually kind of, at least sort of know what I'm talking about. Hopefully I don't butcher this too badly though. Fear is higher level than I am, so he would know a bit more about the matchup a lot better than I would. And it looks like we're gonna have Nagnar. Not. Oh yeah, he doesn't have enough money to throw down that hatch just yet. But yeah, usually. Wait a minute. Was this overpull or was this 9-pull? Actually, this was 9-pull, right?
No, it's
Was it?
overpull.
No,
Oh,
this was Overpool. Yeah, he's actually
Okay,
putting
two
the hatch at the
overlords.
third. Yeah.
Okay, I just making double sure. Okay, yeah, the overlord would be close to like where the ramp would be at this time. Okay, yeah, so yeah, we're gonna have an overpull, but we're gonna have 6 lings show up. So this is gonna force the double cannon out of Fear, before the Nexus up. So, all right, things looking pretty standard between the two players so far. Nagnar taking the farther third because the probe had position to potentially block it at the natural. And Fear actually, yeah, he's getting this Nexus up, but he's also doing the really good thing here, blocking that choke, preventing the links from potentially running by. Like even with the 2 cannons, like you kind of have to be careful. You know, a Zerg that just kind of runs by those cannons anyways, that sucks. Like having Zerglings in your mineral line, worst experience in the world. Your Zealot is so much slower than the Zerglings. They just
By
run
the
in
way,
circles around.
the hatch in the natural actually got put off center there. because the probe was still there
Uh-huh.
to block.
This is
Yeah.
the kind of Zerg player Nagnar is. Don't know if you
Yeah.
guys have seen him play, but he's very creative, inventive, and highly technical.
I've had the do I say fortunate, unfortunate experience on being the receiving end of Zerg or Nagnar Zerg, but like, it's tough to play against. I will tell you that for sure. But it's good. He's a really good Zerg, and it's just I aspire to be able to at least one day at least match up to that. So. It looks like we're gonna see the core go down. We haven't seen. Okay, we see a fourth hatchery going down for Nagnar, and it seems like I guess we kind of mined the gas a little bit later for Zerg, right? Usually we would have a little bit more gas earlier at this time, I think.
Correct. So basically what this infers to us is that this will probably be a Hydralisk opening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and mostly because the layer is going to be just a little bit later. He will get it along with this. I mean, it's always good to have it around. The core has already finished, and we should see the Stargate going down, or we could see a Citadel. But yeah, we're gonna see a Stargate. Stargate's usually the more standard opener from Protosses at this level. And we should also see, I think, the +1 spinning soon from either the Forge or the Citadel. Oh, maybe not just yet. But there we go. We see the Hydralisk down, having gone down for Nagnar. He's also taking a second gas.
The only thing I think is missing might be an evolution chamber, but that may very well be on purpose with Nagnar.
Yeah. We also see 2 Zealots actually moving out onto the map. I'm not sure if Nagnar. I think he spotted these moving out, but I'm not sure if he knows where they're at anymore. And if these Zealots go uncontested, we may see. Well, there's going to be Hydralisk popping, so they shouldn't do too much damage. Yeah, the lanes are going to go back. I think I've actually played against this build that Nagnar is doing. I won't spoil anything, but this is I'm interested to see how Fear reacts to this. We actually see the Citadel going down. His +1 has started on his Forge. He gets a second gate. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, it looks like we're gonna see the Zealot go to the third base for Nagnar. It's gonna disrupt mining for a little bit. Does he get a drone though? I don't think so. No, he's not gonna get a drone. One of those drones was really low. He could have sniped that maybe if he targeted that.
Very well managed.
Yeah, not taking too much damage at all. Just a little bit of lost mining time, not the biggest deal. This Corsair though, it went halfway across the map and then turned around. So we're not going to actually get a scout off on Zerg unless I missed it.
Well, I mean, his Zealots got in, right? Like the one Zealot got in the main, one got in the third. He kind of saw everything.
For the most part, yeah. Yeah, I guess he did get to see the second gas over there. Oh, but he's gonna. Okay, so he didn't lose the Corsair. And here, Fear actually, very much respecting the possibility that Nagnar just goes really hard into the Hydralisk. He already has 4 cannons up. He has his Templar Archives going, the leg speed is going, Storm is on the way, and things looking solid from Protoss. Just maybe like missing a couple probes. That's probably about it. But we've had to deal with some other stuff on the map as well. And there it is. Nagnar's gonna poke away at this gateway, and he's not gonna get the Forge, luckily, I don't think, before +1 finishes. But losing this gateway is it's not great, but he has plenty more back at home, so he's doing fine there. Wow. Okay, yeah, so we already saw a Spire come up from Zerg as well, so they have Scourge out. And we're still massing quite a few Hydras.
Oh no, Nagnar. Gotta control these Hydras, they got baited in.
Oh. So he's gonna lose those Hydralisks as well as the Scourge that we're scouting a little bit. And now we already have Templar on the way. We're looking, yeah, our third and fourth Templar are on the way. Storm just finished up. We just need to wait for some energy. But behind this, Nagnar has put up an Evo chamber. I think that's the 5th hatch now, the 6th hatch, as well as the Queen's Nest. So, okay, so it's not what I was thinking might be, but you know, so far solid open from both players, looking to get that you know, that mid game in strong positions. I'm not sure if we kind of missing a few gateways for Protoss, but we don't actually have the money for that just yet. We've been masking Corsairs though, actually. I like that though, because you know, the possibility that Zerg does some sort of, you know, Mulus switch is always ever present, and having the Corsairs around is solid counterplay to that. But that does mean that our gas that could have been into like a Robo or Dragoons is going to be drastically reduced at the moment. We actually do see range spinning, and
I'm not sure how I feel about this move out with Protoss out on the map, given that he's sunk so much of his gas into Corsair. These could all be, you know, Archons or more Templar out on the field. I don't know if 2 Templars are going to cut it that far out in the map.
Yeah, I kind of have to agree with you there, and also because I think around this time Zerg would want to get lurkers like in a normal-ish build, but it looks like Nagnar is actually electing to get a really fast hive. Like, this seems really fast because we don't even have a 4th yet, and I think that's when Zergs would normally want their hive. Is like around when they have they're getting their 4th, I think. I'm not entirely sure there, but yeah, we continue to see these Corsairs being banked up. We have 6 now. And well, there was a hit
+1.
Oh, actually, yeah, we had 5 Mulus out on the map. So I guess those Corsairs actually have done pretty good for themselves. Oh, but these storms? The
Storms?
Templar, oh.
Nice storms.
I think some of them died with like 1 extra storm on them. These Zealots are actually going to clean up on these Hydralisks, maybe. The Mutalisks, not. Well, the Corsairs have been kind of whittled down. There's at 5 now. I don't know, man. Holy cow, this is like, I don't know what to say about this attack.
Now, see, if he had like 3 or 4 more Templars or an Archon or 2 there, he would have just won.
He definitely had plenty back at home if he had wanted to reinforce that initial, you know, force out on the map. But yeah, so now we kind of we've lost quite a few Corsairs. We've lost the first two Templar and quite a few Zealots. Still though, I mean, we're getting into Dragoons now for Protoss. The one thing I don't see yet is the Robo.
Oh,
but
are you seeing this? Check out Zerg's main.
2 Defiler dead? 2 Defiler mounts. Whoa, okay. That is... Okay, so I'm assuming
going
they're
for a
going to
Consume Plague at the same time. This is
like,
the timing.
This is going to be crazy.
That's why he got the hive so quickly.
Man, okay. Alright, Nagnar's brain works on something else, man. He's got a different wavelength. So he's... I want to see how this works out. This is going to be really interesting. But does he have enough time for this plan to come to fruition before like Protoss tries to end things with their force out here on the map? I mean, this should be enough Hydralisks. Oh, that's a good. Well, okay, those are 2 good storms. The Hydralisks are gonna pick off 2 of the Templar, but these Zealots, man, they are running wild and massacring these Hydralisks. The Mutalisks are still out on the map, which this was really good on Nagnar, remaking these Mutalisks after they've sniped so many of the Corsairs, and there's really not that many. So these Templar are pretty vulnerable. All of them are going to go down. I'm not sure how much damage this force on the map can actually do. I think Nagnar should be able to hold that, but it looks like... Oh, wait. Wow.
Oh, so many mutas pop.
Yeah. Fear actually brings in the remaining Corsairs that he does have, and it looks like he did actually remake them. And he's reinforcing with more units, so this is actually really good. He doesn't have the +1 on the Corsairs that you would normally have if you're going... I actually, that's kind of a thing, I guess, that I'm kind of curious why we didn't get the +1. It probably would have helped out a lot more against these Mutalisks, but they're all going to go down, but... There's so many Zealots. And he's splitting them up too. They're going into the main, they're going to the Nat. I'm not sure if Nagnar is going to have enough time to get this Defiler play to work. If he's getting this much damage in with the Zealots.
I think Fear's timing was just too good with this attack. Like he hit him right before the tech kicked in, which is, I mean, when you do any kind of like highly technical timing, your weakness is going to be just before the time. I mean, we see that in other matchups as well. You know, we see that there's like a 973 timing. You know, you prep for that, it's done. There's what are those? There's more in PvZ too, I think. My brain just farted.
Yeah, I think there's like a solid high Templar timing that comes before the lurkers show up. So like there's plenty of timings in this matchup to be concerned about.
It's like TVP, you know, P goes for carriers. That's kind of a timing. You kill Protoss before the carriers become significant. That's the ideal time. That's just an example.
It looks like the Mulists are going to come across the map, and they look to be hunting Templar today.
Snipe, nice.
Oh,
snipe,
and another one falls. Okay, there we go. There's the last Templar gone. But the thing is, I feel like we just don't have enough ground forces to take advantage of these Templar snipes. I mean, these Hydralisk numbers are just too small. You know, even with the Templar snipes, like, these Zealots are just going to get on top of everything. They're going to, like, they're just so beefy. I mean, they already have +2 on them as well. I mean, they don't have the traditional armor upgrade that I think we usually see, but these +2 Zealots will shred Hydralisk pretty quickly.
It's traditional for Zergs to get +2 on range, and then go transition from that to Hive, +1 melee, +1 Carapace, and then work from there.
Yeah. Wow, he's just getting so much damage done. Or, well, he's trading out pretty efficiently against the Zerg's units, and he's also getting drones in the process. So this is... And he's also taking a fourth behind this.
He keeps sneaking Zealots into the main.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of drone kills from that. Like, I'm keeping watch, and he's sneaking these one by one in, and getting a couple kills here and there. That really adds up.
He's forcing a lot of multitasking out of Nagnar to try to keep up with all these little attacks. But, you know, in the meantime, both players have actually managed, like, Fears had secured their third a while back. They're going for their fourth now. Nagnar actually droned up their fourth base as well. So, you know, despite the damage that's been done, they've droned up super hard. So I guess that in part explains the lack of armies so far that we've seen to hold any of these attacks. Oh, but it looks like Fear's going to scout out this fourth base, so he's going to see, and he's going to try to go for it and try to shut this down. You know,
Oh, Nagnar's so smart. He's already anticipating that. Or there's this one Zealot, so he figures the rest of P's army is going to come. But correct, he is.
Okay, Fear's army kind of hesitated there for a little bit, just a tad little bit. But oh, Nagnar's actually running back.
He needs to...
Oh no.
Oh, jeez. Like, the hard part is Nagnar actually doesn't really have vision. So it's really difficult to try and figure things out from his perspective at this moment, but...
He doesn't know where the Protoss army is at the moment, and he's going to find it pretty soon.
And he's found it.
It might be too late for these drones, though.
Storm the drones? Oh my gosh. Oh, alright. That wasn't half bad. You got like half of them.
Quite a few drones, but how are the storms on the Hydralisk, though? Because we are losing a lot of gas units here for not actually killing the base.
These Zealots are going to seal the deal, though, here.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, the reinforcements coming in. Oh, man. Yeah, it looks like this fourth base is going to fall for sure, and that is...
Please?
We have the storage, we just aren't using them.
Here? Please?
He's got to be doing something else, right? It looks like he's transferring or something.
He's probably macroing back at home.
Yeah, he's doing all the good things that a good Protoss should do at this moment, you know, to like kind of build on that lead, which is something I have to work on myself. Oh, there's the storms. Not, well, I mean, the storms got thrown out. They got used, so that's the most important thing, I guess.
Before we move on, real quick shout out to Nagnar there for, I don't know if you noticed it, but the Hydra Lurker Egg Micro.
Oh yeah.
He was transforming injured Hydralisks into Lurkers just before they died. He did it like 5-6 times. It was, oh my god. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that's something that like once you like really level up as a Zerg player, you like once you get that in, oh, like it's so annoying as Protoss because lurker eggs are so tough to deal with, and your units love attacking them anyways, even regardless of other units being in the presence of your army. But yeah, just really good micro from Nagnar, making sure to get as much value out of their units as possible. But I'm really worried because behind this sphere is taking a 5th base, and you know that's gonna be like 5 gases that they can work with. Well, they're not mining the 4th base gas, but yeah, this 4th is under attack constantly for Nagnar. Like, they're just feeling a lot of pressure. The Lurker should be able to help if he can get snipes on the Obs. The Mutalist trying to get snipes on the Templar too, and he storms his own Templar.
Oh, ouch.
Oh. He actually, yeah, he gets good kills. This was a great engagement from Nagnar. He's able to clean this up pretty well. Really solid hold there from Nagnar. Like this hatchery is so low. If Protoss had managed to somehow bust in here and snipe that hatchery, we'd be in a really tough spot as Zerg. And the drone count is still looking solid. The only issue is just that we don't have that critical mass, I think, of lurkers as Zerg to kind of defend the areas that we want to defend, right? Like to make it that much harder for Protoss to try to push into you. Instead, we might be trying to go for counterattacks, and that's also something that really good Zergs will do. If Protosses are left, you know, well, he's gonna lose these Hydralisks at the 5th base, but now he knows there is a 5th base there. But you know, a Protoss that doesn't leave defenses at their bases, you know, is going to die and be really susceptible to counterattacks from Zerg. And a good Zerg will counterattack you, and you'll lose a lot of economy that way. Oh, and the other thing to notice, we've seen the first Defilers actually pop out now. So he has 2 Defilers going to his rally point. And, I mean, Defilers are a pretty good unit in this matchup. I mean, Plague is just one of the best abilities in this matchup because of how Protoss units can't heal. Like, the only thing they can regen is shields. And a good Plague cuts down the health of the army by half, so... I don't know. We'll see how Nagnar utilizes the Defilers to try to kind of get themselves back into this, because right now they are in a seriously rough spot. Actually, well, given this, you know, Fierce and Nagnar supply is actually pretty close, and Nagnar is really droned up, man. He's at like 73 workers. He just doesn't have as big of an army as I think he would want. I'm actually surprised by how close the how close the supply actually is. There's a good Plague on a couple of the units. Okay, yeah, I mean, could be better. Not the worst, though. It looks like another Defiler is going to come in to get another Plague on the army. Is he going to get a good one? Ooh, okay, that's a good one on a good majority of the Dragoons. Man, these players are just so good. Fear taking a 6th base behind this. Like, you know, he's going to take 9 o'clock as well. Wow, man.
You know,
Fear's expanding like a
something to
madman.
point out real quick. Zooming out from a more macroeconomic perspective, I've noticed that Fear actually is not mining from 2 of his gases. The lower 2 bases in the left, they're not mining gas.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that earlier, and you know, I guess this definitely contributes to his lack of gas. And the thing is, when you go into a late game PvZ, that gas units are exactly what you need. And the fact that he's not mining these,
he needs that gas really badly right about now.
Trouble. This definitely explains in part why he's like the army that he has not been as strong as it should be. Like, he has like good units right now. Like, he has plenty of Templar and some Archons as well, but like his army has been rather, it's not as sophisticated as it should be, I guess. It's like we would want more Templar, we would want more Archons, we want a higher Zealot count. Good trade though in the middle of the map for Nagnar. He's able to wipe out this army and save the Defiler, so he could counterattack this base at the 5th. He does not need the 6th base though. That's really unfortunate. He could collapse on both if he wanted to.
He doesn't need to see it.
Yeah, at this point.
At this rate, look, oh, it's just so many Hydralisks here. He can choose whichever base he wants to attack.
Nagnar has been really solid with his macro. He's getting his 5th base as well, and it's getting counterattacked by 2 Zealots. Fear going to try to attack. Maybe he attacks uphill against this. Oh, he gets a good storm there. He gets another decent storm in the center.
Is that really where we want to make lurkers?
I don't think so, but we're not storming them, so... Oh.
Yeah, the storms is what I'm worried about. Oh, he cancels in time.
Wow.
Oh, that's so intricate. So elegant.
He's baiting out those storms, man. Like, if it's not going to be on the mass pump of Hydralisk, you know, here, do it on these lurker eggs, and then I'm going to cancel them. And you know what? You kind of wasted a storm now. It's not as much value as you wanted.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I have to say, dude, this is insane. This is some sick gameplay from Nagnar. He's really recovered well. Like, I thought earlier he was in a not the greatest spot, but like... Oh, man, this is so rough. Yeah, I mean, the Protoss army just is not, like... It's just so small. It just doesn't have that, It just hasn't gone big enough to really compete with Zerg. Especially against Defilers, like... I mean, you need good spellcasters, you need Archons, Zealots. Dragoons kind of get phased out, even though there are lurkers on the field, more so now. But mostly because Dragoons they're not going to be as effective if Nagnar casts a Darkstorm. Like, if he continues to hold this area with lurkers and these Defilers, there's no way that I think Fear is going to be able to bust up this. And this gives Nagnar all the time he needs to bring forces in so he could bust these 2 bases. Man, this has just been really sick. Unfortunately, we haven't seen any like robo support bay from Fear either, and I think one of those units that you kind of need late game. You need a Reaver.
He doesn't have the gas for it. He hasn't been mining it.
Yeah. still not mine. He mined out the 5th one, but this this 6-ish o'clock base is just still 5,000 gas, man. Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, if you're saying like you don't need that big of an army against Defilers, right? I guess that makes sense because you don't want to have too many of your units get plagued.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I just figure like probably heavier on the Archons then, because that would mitigate the effects of plague on your army.
Yeah, I would think once plague becomes much more involved, you would filter in Archons more heavily in your army composition. I'm not really sure how that works though, because I'm not a Protoss player. Like, I don't know how to do gas mathematics in this matchup as Protoss.
I don't know, man. I just spam Templar when I have the gas, and I usually tend to be floating quite a bit anyway. So, I guess the other thing too that I kind of want to see from Fear would be to like maybe get some storm drops in. Like, I really love it when you can see a Protoss kind of try to start like multitasking a Zerg, you know, getting those drops in. Like, there's some juicy mineral lines with plenty of drones there that, like, if we could just storm those down, that would be great.
Yeah, and I guess the one thing I'd like to see from Nagnar at this point is, I don't know, maybe some Carapace upgrades.
Yeah, that is kind of something that he's missing at the moment. Fierce upgrade's looking pretty good as well. I mean, he's got +1 shield, 2 armor, 3 attack. Not sure if he's getting any of the other anymore. He might not. Yeah, he just might not have the gas for it simply because he's not mining that. Oh no, he is mining it now. He's mining that 6 o'clock gas. So this is looking a bit better. This is still kind of rough for Nagnar, right? Because he's on 2 bases only. His 4th base is only down to like about 500 minerals on each patch. And you know, this other base is new at the top at 2 o'clock, but you know, it's really heavily oversaturated. He really needs to secure that 3 o'clock base, and he's getting the hatchery there now.
I would put Fear in the lead at this point, simply because of the number of actual mining bases. Fear has 4 bases mining. Nagnar only has 2.
Yeah, and he just has a favorable split map situation. Like economically, Fear is just gonna be way ahead.
And it's tough too. From the Zerg perspective, the longer this matchup goes, generally the more unfavorable it becomes. And a lot of that has to do with energy banking, like Templars and whatnot. Like, you don't want to trade units for energy. That's just never a good thing.
Yeah, like super late game PvZ that's kind of crazy. I think that's when you start like, as Protoss you start incorporating Dark Archons, and then as Zerg you can kind of start incorporating Queens to a certain extent to try to improve the Templar. Because the thing is like Protoss will usually get up to like Reaver, Archon, Templar, with Zealots, maybe some DTs and Dark Archons mixed in, and that's a really hard comp to stop with, you know, most of the Zerg's units. Like Hydralisk and Zerglings will just melt to that stuff. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get a counterattack from Zerg on the right side of the map, and it looks like they're going to hit for the... Well, actually, they haven't really decided where exactly they want to hit yet, but they are taking out a couple of the drones. Honestly, that probably helps Nagnar, right? I think he has... Like, he had quite a few drones already. I think a couple of losses won't hurt him too badly anyways.
Yeah, at this late in the game, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, what is... Oh, I hear Dark... Okay, the Dark Templar is just... It's swiping away at things. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really get into these kind of situations where it's like really super late game PvZ. The map is kind of close to mining out and whatnot. Like, I don't know what you do here at Nagnar. Like, it's so hard to break. Like, in PvZ, it's just so hard to break either side when they start to like really turtle up. You know, like cannons are already really good, storm's really good. Again, I think the only thing missing out of Fear's composition would be Reavers, but that could just be like a stylistic thing. Like maybe it's not feasible to really want to do Reavers in this moment.
Reavers are more of a defensive unit in this matchup. Well, Templar's a good choice.
Yeah. He says he loves Recall versus Zerg. Maybe we'll get to see that. I'm amazed if you can get a recall off like that. Like, there's so much gas invested in there, and then not only that, like have all that gas then get shut down by like some Scourge that are just, you know, there. That would really suck. But yeah, if we do get to see a recall, that'd be amazing. Man, we just have so many fights happening all over the center of the map. Nagnar really is trying to get this base shut down. Like, he has to kind of fight for this. If he can't shut down this base, he knows he's going to be... Like, he's going to lose in the long run. And Fear's doing everything he can to make sure he kicks Zerg off of these high grounds. Make sure he stays in this position to block Zerg from ever getting up there. Actually, he's just going to go straight for the fourth now. Oh, that's a... Okay, good storm on the drones there. Another... Oh, that's a really good storm on the drone line there as well. He will sacrifice the army to do that damage, and that gives Nagnar the chance to retake this high ground and maybe go for another attack. It looks like, but oh man, Fear just has so much stuff. I don't think this is enough stuff from Nagnar to be able to break any location, let alone hold the army. Oh, I have Fear transferring the probes now. Those are going to be caught though, at least some of them. Yeah, a lot of the action is just swinging to this left side of the map, and I think that's really great for Nagnar as well. He's keeping the attention off of the right side of the map. That's where his newest base is. If he keeps Protoss' attention here, you know, that means Protoss is not likely to be attacking over on the right side of the map, and that gives him a better oh, wait a minute.
You see it. Yep, I was waiting for that.
Alright, go to the rally point. Look at those Guardians. Oh, man. Alright. That's a very interesting choice. And I like it too because there's been a lack of anti-air, but oh, if we get storms on these Guardians though. Oh, that's a good storm on one clump of Guardians. Another good storm on the second clump. Oh no. Oh, dang, that hurts. I don't even know when he got the greatest fire, but that's unfortunate that the Guardians just kind of died like that. GG.
Wow,
I think
GG.
that's just Nagnar trying
What a
to be a little
game.
too cute at the end there.
What a game. Really well played from both sides. That's Like you wanna learn something about PvZ? Check out that game. That was man.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a phenomenal game. That's to go down on the records.
Dude, that was
The
sick.
archives store this game forever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is also the type of game that you just don't get into very often, because it's, you know, this so late game with the entire map taken.
That's what we mean. Yeah, like this is one of those things where it's like everything kind of comes on full display.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that was just so sweet to watch.
And you get a
It
lot
also
of
shows just how scary they both are.
Yeah. They were both playing extremely well, and these are like a lot of situations that you don't usually like deal with, that you maybe don't have that much practice in as other situations. You know, just so many things going on at once. It really taxes your multitasking.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that I think both Prost and Zerg players struggle a lot with when it comes to late game PvZ, is because we don't get into that situation enough, and then when we do, it's like, okay, how do I navigate this, you know, this realm that I don't know about, right? Like, it's just really hard.
Okay, let's see how they do on game 2. That was only game 1. It was very long, but we may potentially have 2 more, so let's have a look. Next game is going to be on Polypoid.
If the next 2 games are also half an hour long, it's worth it. It's worth the sacrifice. We will do it.
Yeah, man. I'd be happy for it, because I want to see more examples of late game PvZ and how to play that, because that was so cool. All right, in the top right corner of the map on Polypoid, this is Polypoid, right? Yeah,
This
on
is Polypoid,
Polypoid,
yeah.
we have Nagnar in the orange Zerg fighting for Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol, down 1 game, and in the bottom right, we have Fear playing as the yellow Protoss, fighting for the Cattlebruisers, and able to take that first game off of Nagnar. And a epic 30+ minute PvZ. Like, oh man.
Oh, but don't you count Nagnar out yet.
No,
He's gonna win this one. I got a feeling.
I hope so, man. I want to see a third game between these two, because I have a lot to learn, and I'm definitely going to be reviewing the VOD for this, which you guys can definitely check out on the CPL YouTube. That's how we're going to archive it, Forte. This game goes down in our memories.
Okay, I can rest easy knowing it's cemented in forever.
The CPL Hall of Fame.
Exactly. We are going to get another overpull opening out of Nagnar again, and this time it's going to be against a gate expand from Forte, or not Forte, Fear. Sorry, to. Sorry with that.
Dude, I haven't played Protoss in months.
But yeah, I myself, I'm still getting used to figuring out how to play gate expand. So again, I definitely have my notebook out for this one. Oh, it looks like the drone and the probe are gonna have a little bit of a fight here, a little kerfuffle. He's gonna pylon block.
The pylon block is kind of cute. Well, so for gate expand, you just have to know how to respect Zergling counts. That's really it.
Yeah, I don't have the flowchart there. That's just the issue for me. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so Nagnar took a very, very interesting third base.
All right, yeah. Now things are getting interesting. This is a very close expansion to Protoss, so my initial guess here is that Nagnar is going to do something quite aggressive.
Yeah, I imagine that's going to be the case. I think, because generally Zerg will want to expand away from Protoss. If
Right.
I understand that correctly, yeah. Because
If you want to play a macroeconomic game where you build drones, I don't think Nagnar wants to build drones here.
yeah, I don't think that's going to be the plan.
Oh,
oh,
picking
he's
off
going
that
to lose the
probe.
scouting probe.
Losing
know
the
what?
scouting probe this early is very painful.
I'm actually kind of wondering if maybe this was also just taken because he had not actually scouted Fear's location yet. Maybe he just wanted to put the hedge down somewhere and just thought, well, maybe this would be a good place.
Well,
maybe
if that was the case,
I'm not
wouldn't
sure.
you just take the mineral only anyways? Because that would be at least in my opinion, like the safest from either 3 directions of the map, right?
Yeah,
This
that's
seems
true.
really
It is a
like this is
gas
kind of
base.
gambling a little bit. Oh, that is true. Yeah, I mean, if I know, or if we've learned anything, it seems Nagnar really likes, like, because he likes his technical play, right? And you need gas for, I think, to execute that well.
Yeah, there might
So,
be something planned there. Oh, these two zealots are gonna
ooh,
block the ramp. That's pretty nice. You can actually
So
drill down here to kind of clear this a bit more efficiently.
you could, yeah. Just an advice, little tip for Protoss players trying to learn this game against Zerg. When you do like early zealot plays like this, it's always beneficial, the most beneficial. You'll get the most value when you tuck zealots into tight spaces and corridors. So ramps behind minerals like we see here, you're going to gain a lot of value for the little value you're putting forth.
yeah, that's exactly it. From what I understand, you like the zealots you send out. If you can get a drone kill or two, fantastic. That's like a bonus. But like if you're going, because a Zerg will generally try not to allow you to do that. So the next best scenario you can do, just make sure that zealot trades efficiently. And not only is that forcing Zerg to make Zerglings, which aren't drones, but you know the zealot will have traded efficiently against it, which it would normally not do if it was out in the open.
That is correct. Yes.
By the way, these cannons are
Now,
pretty close to the wall. I wonder if this might affect something like a Hydra bust, since it would make it a little bit easier to move forward and pick off these two cannons.
yeah, if we were to see, like, if we were seeing some sort of, like, 973 or something like that, we would see... Well, I mean, you
Oh,
probably
look at
wouldn't
that.
want to...
Two extra cannons already.
Yeah, Fear's already sniffed this out. He already knows
Yeah,
something's up.
playing it very safe. He did get the scout inside the main using those zealots, so yeah, he's got a good... I think he has a pretty good read on what it is that Nagnar is doing exactly. And Nagnar from here, he got that 4th hatch and is just going straight into a lair.
I don't think he scouted the 3rd yet, though. Or did he? I don't think he did.
I don't think so.
I
I don't
don't think
he's...
so.
I mean, Fear's gonna have a start gate up, and if he decides to just fly straight to Zerg's main base with the first Corsair, he'll likely scout it. If he decides to go on the, use the, like, if he sends this Corsair on the attack path that Zerg would take, then he might miss it. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure, but it looks like, I'm not sure if Nagnar's play was maybe interrupted, like maybe he had to switch plans or something, but it looks like we're just gonna go back into a relatively normal game that we saw like in the first game already. So yeah, these extra cannons, he's being very safe against it, but unfortunately not at that time not necessarily necessary anymore. But we're gonna be okay. We're gonna have the Templar Archive starting soon. Starting? Oh yeah, he needs the gas.
Fear in the chat right now, kind of just explaining what happened over the game. So he knew that Nagnar had a 3rd, but he just didn't know where it was. And about the 3rd being at the 3 o'clock, it's quite a dangerous place to put a 3rd, so he didn't think it would be there.
Ah, okay. So I guess in a way, Nagnar kind of was just, I guess, mind gaming where that 3rd location would be, in a sense.
And that makes sense, from a logical perspective playing a game.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we actually see a Zealot run into the Zerg's natural, and it's going to get up the ramp, and it's going to hit the main. It's going to get all the scouting intel he wants. So he'll see the Spire. He's going to see the
Spire. Yeah, that's a big deal, knowing the timing on the Spire.
Yeah, so Fear getting pretty much all the information he ever wanted. And that also means he doesn't necessarily need to even send this Corsair out to the scout either, so that's good for him because that means there's less likely of a chance that he potentially loses his first Corsair. He's also getting the +1 weapons upgrade or +1 air weapons upgrade going, and I imagine he's going to like bank those Corsairs just like he did in the first game, and we'll see. We do have Hydras being postured aggressively in front of Fear's base, taking a lot of shots from the cannons though. And we see a round of drones coming out from Nagnar, so yeah, he's definitely just trying to he's just getting his drone count up. It's really high. It's 46 to 41 in terms of the worker count. So
Yeah, it's a dangerous spot to be in. Oh, real quick, let's go over this. Right outside of Fear's base, with the Zerg forces, you'll notice there's 3 Overlords hovering. For newer Zerg players, you'll even notice those Overlords have speed research. You generally want to keep Overlords with your army versus Protoss because of those guys, Dark Templars.
Yeah, there it is. Perfectly timed. Coming out onto the map with the DT, Nagnar is going to be forced to have some defenses at home with the Overlords to make sure that this DT does not get damaged on.
And right away, he already redirects Hydralisks to the 3 o'clock in anticipation and snipes that Dark Templar. Beautiful.
Yeah, well, if Fear didn't know before that this was the 3rd base, he definitely knows now. Yeah, well, I mean, things looking pretty good so far for Nagnar, I think. I think he was able to read this correctly and just, like, he was able to just drone out a little bit more than, like, I think was safe, I guess. I imagine, like, he saw that, like, Protoss was kind of being a bit passive, so he was able to kind of just eke out a couple more drones. He's also going for that 4th base, that 4th gas. Interesting location. It will be a bit hard to defend. His base layout is going to be really hard to defend. He's going to have a really close position where he has to like really SimCity that 3 o'clock position well to stop Zealots or the like from being able to just run in and try to wreak havoc. And then he's going to have to be able to defend this 12 o'clock location with good army movement. So it'll be interesting to see how he does that. We do have Mulus out on the map as well. We have about 5 now. I don't think we're going to see more. We might see more, but yeah, this 5 Mulus, this is great if you want to be able to harass Protoss, or you could use it to snipe Templar if they're out of position. So
yeah, 5 is the magic number. Not only does 5 exactly 2-shot High Templars, but probes as well. Or actually 1 shot. It's the 1 shot for probe, 2 shot for High Templar. Is that right? That sounds right.
Yeah, I think so. I think because normally if you wanted to 1-shot a Templar, you have I think 9 Mulus.
Yeah. Because the glaives do 9 damage. You have 5 of them. That's 45 damage. Probes have 20 shields, 20 health. So 5 Mutas would 1-shot a probe, 2-shot a High Templar. Yep.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like Nagnar is interested in getting any lurkers this time around. He's again going for this really fast hive. So, you know, I wonder if we get to see this. Oh wow, he's also going for a 5th base too. Man, he's just a 6th base, dude. Wait, he's just kind of doing everything at once, which is kind of funny.
I love it.
Oh, and he's getting the lurkers. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's kind of just doing everything at once, and you know, that's really good. You know, because Protoss has been very, very passive. Like they haven't really gone out onto the map too much. They haven't really done too much. Oh, that's the storm. 6 storm. Oh, but yeah, this is going to be brutal for Fear. I think. Like if we notice, like we have all these lurkers, but I don't like we had the Robo Bay, but I don't see the observatory yet. If it's somewhere.
Oh my gosh, these storms outside the natural. Fear, he's wow.
Oh.
I mean, he's probably not going to break this because the lurker field is pretty comprehensive, but he got a lot of value.
Yeah, these Templar have been like, oh, dude, the storms have been incredible. Oh, okay, so we have, man, this is going to be rough though.
Double Defiler mounts again.
Yep, he's doing it again. Yep.
Dang.
Just in case anyone still had any doubts over whether it was a mistake last game.
Oh, I didn't think it was.
No.
This is just how Nagnar is.
Yeah.
Bad to the bone.
To see how it pans out.
Yeah, he does
this
cool
time
stuff
around.
like this all the time.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I don't know. I think it's going to be really tough for Fear to break out of this lurker contain. He has the Dragoon Force now. He has the Observers, but you know we did lose quite a few Templar pushing out earlier, which means we don't have as many. Oh, we lose the Templar without getting the storm off, and the other 2 don't have the energy just yet. Oh, this is really rough.
I think this contain is just too strong right now.
Yeah, I mean, oh man, Zerg's already. The thing with Zerg is that like these hatcheries that are taking up these bases, like it's not even just to mine them really. Like you just get these, just to take the base and also just to have extra larva production. And it's really, like, especially when you're Protoss and you're stuck here, like how are you gonna punish that, or how are you gonna take those out? Like you can't really do anything. You have to break this lurker contain first. And so far, oh, can we break out of it? I mean, a lot of the lurkers have been sniped now. We do have more lurkers from Nagnar.
He should break this.
Okay. Yeah, doing pretty good. Oh, that observer is... Okay, no, he's not going to snipe the observer. Oh, but those units are all so bruised. The goons are collapsing one by one.
Fighting uphill's probably... That might change the tide, because more reinforcing and more hydralisks, that is.
Yeah. This is really rough, though. The more even... Like, these are pretty even trades, and that actually makes it so much worse for Protoss, because like if you can't break out of this contain, like okay, well he's going to try to go for this third. The circling may deny that.
He doesn't have the minerals.
Yeah, he really needs a third base. We're on a clock here
He
because the main is about to mine out.
He desperately needs it.
Yeah, this is kind of a story that like any Protoss is familiar with. You know, Protoss getting stuck on 2 base against the Zerg, that lurker contains you, and you try to break out of it as many times as you can, to no avail. And then when you do finally get that third, you know, even if you get the third, you're on 1 base mining. Like, how are you going to be able to get damage done against Zerg that has a higher econ than you, more bases than you, when you're on 1 base, right? Like, the only thing you can do at that point is defend and try to hope to get the 4th up as well, to try to match them at least somewhat economically. But I don't think Nagnar is going to allow him to do that at all.
No, and he's definitely on a clock because Zerg is mining 5 gases right now.
Yeah, he has 72 drones. God, he's just got everything. This is my worst nightmare as a Protoss player, just to see this. Oh, this is really brutal.
20 drones up.
Oh, that's a
3
good storm,
bases
though.
up. 4 bases up, actually. And in full control of the natural. Although we may see him try to break out here. Let's see if he can do it.
Oh, he got the Defile and he plagues the goons. Oh, that was a good couple units to play. Good storm, too, on those units.
Storm? Yep.
Oh, but these makes the Dragoons so much weaker. And these Dragoons, like... Because if you go into like Dragoon Templar, this is the backbone of your army. Like the Zealots, they're just like they're good damage dealers. They're good at soaking damage. But the Goons is what you want to keep alive. And if they're all red like this, that just makes it so much easier for the Hydralists to pick them off. Especially when we're down in armor upgrade. It's 2. Oh no, never mind. We're actually 2-2 now as Protoss versus just +2 of Zerg. It was 2-1 earlier. Oh, Fear does push Nagnar off of this hill. He's going to be able to secure his third, the high ground 3rd location. And this could be just what he needs to be able to try to secure 2 more bases. Or if he goes for the attack...
It looks like he's going to go on the offensive here. I don't know if I agree with this decision or not, but he needs to take a 3rd behind it. That's what I do know.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue here. If we don't have a 3rd behind this, we have no prospects in this game because the natural or the main is mined out now. The natural is almost mined out now. He's going to pull back instead and go for this defend this high ground location. That's a good move. He's going to start that 3rd nexus at 6 o'clock. The Zergling will spot it, and Nagnar, he sees it, that's his next target. That he knows if he breaks that, this game's over.
Well, he does in fact see it, turning off Fear's vision. That one little Zergling did have enough vision to catch the Nexus warping in.
Oh man. This is a scary looking Zerg army. We got plenty of lurkers, we have defilers, we have more Hydras being added in. The Protoss army only has 1 Templar with 1 Storm, and we do not have enough. Oh, that was a good storm on a pack of lurkers though.
Good storm.
Shame though that lurkers do not die to 1 storm. So, unfortunately, those lurkers will survive for just a little while longer, and you know maybe they actually regen to full health given enough time. But that does make them a lot weaker, and this gives Fear plenty of opportunity to maybe punch through this army. He has reinforcing Templar now. He has an observer. He has plenty of observers. Oh, but Nagnar might go for the slice on his Templar. He won't. No, he won't get one, but the army is being kind of, the Hydra count was kind of decimated, but so have the Zealot. Oh, another good storm instead of the
storm. You love to see it.
I feel for the Zerg players. You look away for 1 second, and that storm lands, and it's like, oh, well, that was 8 supply.
Exactly. As I always tell new Zerg players, as soon as you see a High Templar, you respect it. You don't look away. You bow to it.
Alright, that's one way of putting it. Or, just try to, it's always good as if you're a Zerg, I think trying to just spread out your Hydralists, like, keep them from being too close. Oh, but we actually missed the small counterattack at the 6 o'clock location. Because the Hydralisks were there that took out the camp. They don't get this Nexus, though. But, behind this, oh wait, no, Fear's going to, he could lose this third Nexus, the high ground third, if he gets targeted.
This may be an acceptable loss if he gets the 6 o'clock up and running and operational. But he does manage to save it. Oh man, he's gonna have 2 more mining bases now. This could
but look at this stream of orange coming across the map. Oh god.
Yeah, I just looked up to it. I'm kind of demoralized if I was Protoss.
Yeah, that is a lot of units, man.
That is a lot to deal with. I
think this might be the killing blow. The goons are gonna all fall. GG.
Yep. GG.
GG. Wow, what a game. These games have been absolutely crazy, man.
I gotta give it to Fear. That was for holding out that long in such a situation.
Yeah, man, he did a really good job. It was just really rough. Unfortunately, Nagnar was doing such a good job making sure to trade out against his units that Fear didn't really get the big ball that he kind of wanted to be able to like push out against Zerg to be able to secure that 3rd and 4th really well. Like eventually, Nagnar's decision to take all those bases kind of in a somewhat greedy way, but like he was able to drone them up, and then his economic lead was just too big of a gap for Fear to actually close. So.
Yeah,
Indeed.
for a moment there.
King 3.
Yeah, for a moment there, I actually thought Fear might actually be able to keep at least one of his bases and kind of remain in the game, but it was just too much power from Zerg.
Yeah, I thought so too. I was actually thinking, oh shoot, maybe he actually keeps both of those bases up, and if he does, he's alive in this game. He might be behind a bit, but he's gonna, like, if he can find a way to come back, that would have been pretty awesome to see.
Okay, well, let's see how Game 3 goes. It's going to be on Vermeer, and let's have a look.
All right. Game 3 of this series. Been really epic so far. Spawning in the top right of Vermeer, playing as the orange Zerg, we have Nagnar. And spawning in the bottom right of Vermeer, as the yellow Protoss, we have Fear.
Pale yellow. Get your eyes checked.
Pale yellow.
Well, whatever. Close enough. It's some sort of yellow. I have to say though, I think both players have stuck to their colors, and that's really nice.
Oh yeah, both players are identified by coats for sure. Nagnar likes his orange, I know that.
Yeah, orange is good, but you can't use it on butter or on desert maps, so that's why we didn't see it in game 1.
Oh right, was it a?
I think he had a different. I forgot what. Did he have green? I forget. But yeah, some of the colors are banned.
Oh, it might have been that bluish gray, yeah, because you kind of were like, oh yeah, that's not gray, it's like bluish purple or something.
Yeah, because I had to yell at you for that one too.
And I don't get these colors, man. There's so many colors. You got like, I'm thinking of Crayola colors, right? Like periwinkle blue or stuff. Like you just come up with so many names for colors, man. I'm not gonna keep track of them. StarCraft doesn't have that many, but I'm not keeping track of them, man.
Blizzard's like, oh, you guys want 2v2 ladder? Here's 6 different colors that are all the same as colors that already exist.
Okay, well, alright, now we got something, again, interesting by Fear. We're getting a gateway inside his maze, so we're looking at a 1-base Protoss. It looks like it's gonna be a 2-gate. And we also have a probe snuck inside Nagnar's main. So I'm not sure if Nagnar actually saw that. But you know, we could see, you know, Lana reborn as Fear here, and we see a pylon and a gateway put in Nagnar's base without him knowing.
For anyone that does not understand that reference, Lana is Hot is a player who, when up against Zergs, if Protoss, will always put a gateway in your main. If he can, if he can get away with it, he'll put a gateway in your main as Zerg. He'll do it, and then
looks like
DT's out.
looks like it's not going to be a gate in the main. It's just going to be a scout. That's actually kind of a shame.
We're exposing all of his strategies, man, and he's already having like a rough time as it is. Like,
Good.
But...
he doesn't ever change his strategies. He doesn't even build observers versus T. Come on, Lana, what are you doing?
Lana's actually playing right after this, by the way.
Oh,
Lana's
well,
in this group,
yeah, we'll
so.
get to see.
Yeah,
well, we're not going to see Lana's strategy here. We're going to see the probe actually check everything, as Dada pointed out. So
yeah, I was actually kind of hoping to see some spice, but looks like we're not going to get it this time. But there are 2 gates, and I guess that's spicy enough as it is.
Yeah, and Nagnar getting well, he's gonna get all the intel. He has the Overlord in Protoss' base. He's gonna know when Protoss is taking their gas, so he'll know, you know, oh, is Protoss gonna tech up? Oh, are they gonna try to expand? He's also keeping tabs on the Zealot, potential Zealot move out by having the Lings out front. Really good stuff so far from Nagnar. So I think he knows how he wants to play against this 2-gate opening from Fear, and I think he'll have a plan set in stone for how he wants to play this out.
Yeah, I'm interested to see when Nagnar decides to take the 3rd. I mean, there's a hatch in the main.
Mm-hmm.
I think generally you want to take your 3rd when the Protoss takes their nat, right?
Yeah, I was just about to say, for the newer Zergs out there, if you scout Protoss doing 2-gate, 1 base 2-gate, just don't take your 3rd.
Yeah, it's really
don't do it.
really hard to defend when there's so many zealots coming. They're so strong, and if you have too many places to defend, it's just a nightmare to deal with.
Yeah, I mean,
the hatch
that's
in the
the
main is a
thing.
good touch.
That's the thing with 2-gate. If you're Protoss, like, if you see a Zerg taking their 3rd, go and try to kill that, because like you have to be careful with how you micro against the Zerglings, but you know, definitely. Oh well, we're gonna have the Zealots run by straight past the Sunken.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
That's rough.
And these zealots are still, like, they're quite healthy still. They're gonna get a lot of damage done.
Oh, this engagement for the Zealots, dude.
Yeah,
That's rough. We took
I
a
think
lot of hits on the Zerglings.
the Lings, I think, will just barely not clear them at this point.
This is a really good trade for Protoss.
Oh, and a beautiful move by Fear. He's gonna take one of the Zealots to hit the drones while he's, you know, controlling the Zealots against the Zerglings. And he's gonna do it again. Nagnar with good drone drilling, though. He's gonna take out
drilling. Oh my gosh, you guys seeing this? The drone drill.
Yeah, man. Drone drills are scary, man. If you don't know how to control the Zealots correctly, the drone drills are just, they're so tough to deal against. The Zealots will just glitch out forever. And he does clear the Zealots, but oh, he does lose a couple of drones in the process, unfortunately. That was really rough for Nagnar, though. I know I think the Zerglings were just a tad bit late. I think he probably wanted to fight with he wanted to close the ramp and make sure he could fight with the Sunken there, and that would have made the trade so much better. But now we see Fear following up with more Zealots to attack Zerg. He's going to take a pylon at his net. It looks like he may try to expand as well. Oh, this is really rough. I mean, Nagnar has a lair, and he's droning up. And also this evolution chamber that, I guess it's just a wall, right? Like, I don't know. It seems a bit early.
At this point, early on, it's just a wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is going to be kind of rough for Nagnar, given the amount of how well the Zealots effectively traded in his base. He does get 2 Lings inside the Fear's base, and he's able to pick off one of the probes. They do have Ling speed, so these are going to be very annoying for Fear to deal with. He's going to pick off one of the Zerglings,
Zergling
though.
reinforcements
So it makes it just a little
arriving.
less effective. And meanwhile, these Zealots are still on the map. That is 7 Zealots on the map. And I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at Nagnar's natural, and I think 7 Zealots could definitely take that. So
It
if we're
can,
not
but
careful,
he needs to move in, like, now.
yeah, before the next wave of Zerglings pops up. Oh god.
Here we go.
Oh, he
Alrighty.
does put a second Creek Colony in the back, so he's gonna have a second sunken to try to support this first one. And I think Fear, respecting this, deciding to back off instead. Oh, we're gonna see a third sunk as well.
Oh, there's actually a spore colony being made.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I completely missed that. We're gonna have a Corsair on the map from Protoss. Yeah, he needs something. He needed some form of anti-air. Oh, that's really rough. This Corsair is actually gonna pick off one of the Overlords. Yeah, if you're Protoss, you can pick off an Overlord. You're kind of happy. If you can pick off 2, you're really happy. If you don't pick off any, you're pretty sad. But in this case, Fear is going to be able to get one of the Overlords, and it won't supply block Nagnar, luckily, because he had more Overlords making. But
There are so many
Fear got
zealots
a
out
full
here now.
scout.
There's 12
There's
zealots.
a dozen zealots. Yep, in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Or can
And-
end up at home.
I guess one way Nagnar is trying to get back into this, he's just droning super hard. And, you know, if Fear actually attacked in, I think he would completely crush this. But, you know, Fear is, like, he's not going to move in just yet. He did get the full scout with the Corsair, so he knows there's a Spire. You know, he's just checking to see if there's any hidden base on the map. Maybe, that's one way Zerg could try to really come back into this. Oh, he's actually going to run by with the... No, he's not going to run by with the Zerglings. He has to run them back because he cannot leave his natural open. Otherwise, he's going to straight up die.
I think this is just too much. Just 12 zealots. That's... You guys fight the Protoss computer, right? That thing kills.
Yeah, that's a lot of meat on those bones for the Zealots, and they have a lot of damage. Oh, they're going to... Wow, they just tore through that first sunk, the second sunk. The Mutalisks are there, so they... But, you know, Mutalisks don't do that much, like, they don't kill Zealots very efficiently, right? Like, it take a while.
It's a very You can get a lot of damage done. Critical damage, I would say, even. But the Corsairs have arrived. Yeah, that's going to change everything. And, yeah, Nagnar taps out.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, just showing
Really
the power of... Just showing the power of the CPU builds.
What a series.
Yeah. Really well played by both players.
Yeah, Fear saying he was just a little bit scared of a potential hidden third base, so that's why he was being a bit cautious. I see why.
Makes total sense why the Corsair were combing across the entire map then.
Yeah, GG though. I mean, that was a really, I have to say, good choice of build for game 3. Really, you know, deciding instead, you know, as Protoss, I want to take tempo. I want to be the one, you know, doing the aggression this time around. I'm gonna force Zerg onto the back foot, and it paid off really well. The Zealots just getting up the ramp. Oh man, that was pretty brutal for Nagnar when they got up once they got up the ramp. But yeah, Fear gonna take this 2-1 over Nagnar, and now bring Cattlebruisers up 1 against Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol.
Well,
yeah,
that brings us to our 4th series of the day.
The aforementioned Lanaishot, who makes gateways in people's mains and other buildings as well. It's not in the chat, is he?
I'm here to expose him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's in the chat, but we'll see how the observer list style.
He's up against So.
Yeah.
This is going to be a really good series.
Yeah, So is an incredibly good player. Incredibly good standard player. Just someone who really knows his stuff. You know, he's part of JJPP. JJPP is the Terran project. You know, all the great Terrans are in this team. They're all practicing together, so they know their stuff.
Yeah, man. So is a scary TVP player. I mean,
TVP?
God, it's hard.
I think I played 2 games against So. My rectum still needs time to heal.
Oh.
Mine as well. I have not taken a game off of So at all. So, yeah, he's a strong player for sure. It's going to be interesting to see how Lana's style goes up against So. So is really solid. I mean, you know, there's weaknesses that Lana may be able to exploit, but we'll see if So manages to cap those weaknesses, or
By the
if he
way,
decides to just play.
the game is up. By the way, I don't see you there yet.
Oh, yeah, my bad. Whoops.
Don't get too carried away.
Yeah, all right. We need to
save it for the
first.
game. Save it for
Alright.
for when the storms come down or something. Okay, let's go.
Alrighty. You want to do the intros this time, Forte?
Oh man, you're lucky my daughter's cooperating right now.
Mm.
In the top right, as the olive Terran.
No, he's the
It's gonna
blue
be
Terran now.
So.
We're not doing these
And-
colors. Continue.
Oh, you're doing red versus blue? Alright
Yeah.
then. Okay. And the bottom right, as the Protoss player, our red painted fighter, it is Lanaishot T.
Well, what's up with that name? What's the T doing there?
Well, maybe he just. I don't know
He
what
didn't
happened there.
proofread it.
Lens is hot. Who's Lens?
Funger in the chat. 100% correct. He's
Yeah,
literally
that's
that
true.
bad at typing.
That's
He
the
really
explanation.
I've seen some of the sentences he puts up, and it's like, oh my god, there's just. What am I reading?
Yeah,
But
it's Lanaishot types with boxing gloves on.
He's such a character. He's honestly one of my favorite people in the CPL community.
mhm. Very active, always willing to help out new players. You know, just incredible person. Man,
By the way,
that's why we
I
should've
just
fired
wanna
him.
I just wanna point out the APM difference here. 330 versus 60. And
No,
just
no,
now it
that's
was
normal.
40. Yeah, that's
That-
normal
no,
for Lana.
This is
yeah.
normal.
Uh-huh.
This is
Insert
perfectly
Protoss joke
normal.
here.
I would be surprised if we saw Lana actually spamming and getting their APM up there. But it looks like everything's going to be normal so far. Hey, once again, another matchup that I can actually like have an idea about.
Yeah, and let me just
Um,
point out to all the tier 3 players who have 50 APM. Not fun saying it's not even enough for SimCity. Yeah, you can actually be a tier 0 with low APM. Well, it's only the beginning of the game. The APM is going to ramp up later when it's needed.
Mm-hmm. To be perfectly honest, actually, I don't think I've seen that many of Lana's PVTs. Like, I hear the legends, you know, about the style and like, you know, everything that's proclaimed about it, but I've never actually seen it in action. Like, I've faced it, but I've never seen like how he kind of builds up to that. Like, I've
Oh,
faced him
really?
before in TVP. It's kind of brutal. Like, his macro is really really good, but and we'll see how So steps up to that.
His PVT, it's quite simple really. It goes like this. There is no robotics facility.
That's what I've heard. That's definitely what I've heard. So at least for us, we're not going to be seeing Reaver shenanigans or observers then, if that's going to be the case. I wonder, you know, I don't think I've ever heard of him going for like a DT rush either. So that's why I'm like really curious. Maybe Lon decides to like throw that in there and like throw off the Terrans that he faces from now on. But
He typically does much more macro-oriented plays, but I don't know.
Okay, but interestingly enough from So is we have 4 Marines out and 3 on gas and 2 factories. So you all know what that means.
Oh yeah,
It's
the
a
second
two-factor.
machine shop right there gives it away completely. It's a 2-fact rush for sure.
I don't know if Lana will like if he sees these 4 Marines. It's not necessarily the biggest tell, but you could be a bit suspicious about how many Marines there are, especially given that we did not produce a Zealot. right? Like
True. Yeah, very
parents
true.
will try to cut as many Marines as possible early on because that helps them get their other stuff out faster. But oh, well, we see the engagement go down. He does pick off one of the Marines, but one of the goons is gonna fall, and that's not good.
Okay,
If you
so we
want to hold a
see.
2-fact rush, you have to try to preserve as many goons as possible. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And he should know what it is by now because of how fast that siege tank came out.
oh no, but we're poking out again. Oh, we're taking so much damage on this goon. Yeah, so if you're a Protoss player that's really new, there's a really good guide by Crane on his YouTube that you can check out on how to hold 2 factory rushes that are just like this, where they go for this 3 tank move out. Oh, he's gonna lose the goon out in the front. That's rough. We've lost 2 goons now. If he had pulled back
I
to try to hold this high ground, it could have been much better.
Yeah, I think with the 2 goons being lost, I think that might actually be game.
Yeah. Yeah, and also because we have only 2 gateways as well. Like if you lose this many goons and you're only on 2 gateways, in a, you're in big trouble basically. Like you only do this 2 gateway stuff if you think your control is good enough to control these goons and not lose them.
So he's got to pull the probes, but he's just going to end up losing them.
Yeah, this is kind of rough. These tanks are going to stay alive and they're going to melt these goons like butter. The probes, I mean, he might get... No, he's not going to get this tank. He's going to GG out of this, and yeah. So easily taking game 1 with this 2 factory rush. Kind of unfortunate, because I think Lana, he definitely could have held that if he had kept the goons alive and they put them in the proper position on the high ground. Because this map, it makes it a little harder to 2 factory push because those high grounds are there, but, you know, there's also multiple attack paths as well, so... But yeah, I think I forgot. I'm not sure if I finished that thought. But yeah, if you want to hold 2 factory as Protoss and you struggle with that, go check out Crane's YouTube. Like he has a YouTube channel that has Protoss guides, and he has a guide on how to hold 2 factory pushes that were just like the one that's so used just now. So definitely check that out if you struggle with it. It'll help you a lot with learning how to
More
hold those pushes.
Ultralisks ready for command.
Oh
Crane's a
man,
veteran in our
Goose headed.
community.
Thanks for the subscription, man. That's awesome. Thanks a lot.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah, very nice. And welcome to the stream. I hope you enjoy the games. So game 2 is up. Forte, are you joining us?
Yep. Hang on.
More Ultralisks ready
Oh,
for
and
command.
you're gifting a sub, dude.
Oh my god.
Subscribe.
Nice.
Goose-headed,
Thanks.
awesome. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. That's really awesome. I don't get a lot of subs or whatever. I don't get them that much. So yeah, that's really cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
And he gave
Okay.
it to Return too, of all people. Oh, how
Yeah, it's
fitting. Return's the man.
yeah.
Staff member puts a lot of time and effort into CPL. Definitely deserves all the pats on the back you can give him.
Yeah, Return is someone who converts lack of sleep into CPL energy.
I don't know how he does it, man, but like the guy is just he does so much.
Yeah,
So
and
very
at the weirdest hours of the night as well. Okay, well, let's get into game number 2. Let's see how this one plays out.
Game 2. Now that So has managed to get game 1, we'll see if Lana can be able to bring this back. Give the Cattlebruisers a potential 3-1 against the Jin Jin and Pand0r Patrol.
So it was such a decisive game number 1. I'd like to see a more close game number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and what sort of build do you choose after this as well? After you do a 2-fact? I mean,
I don't know.
I suppose logic says that you should not do that the second time in a row, right? But at the same time, it's a very control-oriented build, and if you think you just have better control than the other player, then why not? Why not try it again?
That's one of the cool things about CPL is you become familiar with the other players over time. And like therefore more familiar with their strategies.
Yeah, you can like the best of 3 format, and the fact that we get to play everyone like relatively like quite often actually. Like it lends that format where you can mind game, you can really plan out whatever your best of 3 is going to look like. And you could play to other players' strengths or weaknesses. That's that's not something you can find so much on ladder, because ladder's best of 1, right? So like here you kind of get to not only get to flex your mechanics, but also like your brain, your strategic mind. What do you want to do against this player that you think you can abuse, right? It looks like it will be the same so far from both players. Actually, Lana having like I think the same exact SimCity. That's something that I do a lot too. Like I kind of just have this setup that I always kind of just do all the time. I think I've actually heard before that there have been players that do that, and then I think one of the stories at one of the StarCraft lands was that they would mess with whoever does that by just like building in places that they would
Zergling
normally build, and that messes up their entire build, and
arriving.
they kind of just rage out of the game. So okay, we'll see that cyber core, the pylon going down. Yeah. So respecting the idea that there could be, a zealot or a proxy zealot of some sort. So he's gonna, set up the SimCity, the anti-zealot SimCity with his depots and the barracks. Something that tier 3 Terran players definitely keep in mind. This setup right here is usually good on pretty much any map. I think except for like left side spawns, where your minerals on the left side. There, you kind of just have to. That one, I think the SimCity is just a bit different. And the Marine is able to chase out the probe, and the probe will live long enough, but he's not going to get too much intel, and it doesn't look like So is going to opt for some sort of 2 factory again, because we see that he doesn't have 3 SCVs on gas anymore. So
Pretty
looks
strong
like
indicator of an expand, yeah.
yeah, looks like we'll just get something normal from both players this time around. I think So coming into this, he's probably, after a 2 factory like that and getting game 1, you're probably pretty confident to go into game 2 and try to like do a macro game against Protoss, see if you can win that. You do have a game advantage now, so you do have a game that you can give, and still have game 3 to be able to see if you can close out the series. Lana actually sent out 2 probes with this goon this time.
Battle probes.
Yeah. Gonna quickly get this first probe, or first Marine. The second Marine's gonna go down. The bunker's not gonna be finished yet, and this goon could target down this last Marine or go for the SCV building the bunker. Oh, he tries to body block!
Oh, it gets in!
Oh.
Oh.
Unfortunate for the Dragoon, but he will get this SCV that's building the CC, and that's going to delay it just a little bit. Really nice for Lana, especially now that his CC's, his Nexus is going down. It's a little bit later than the Terrans, but
This barracks is thinking about it.
It's
The
just
barracks is dancing, yeah.
shaking it like it doesn't care. The tank does come out, and can he get the second SCV that's building the CC before it dies? And can he get this bunker? No, okay, it looks like So will be able to manage to repair that just in time, so the bunker will live. The tank is gonna poke at the goons. And, oh no, okay, alright, he pulls back, so that's good. Nice, Lana actually getting that second gateway going down, and maybe... Are they going to get... Okay, there it is. Wow, that's a really early third Nexus. 5 minute, 18 seconds, third Nexus goes down.
That is early. Damn.
Yeah,
For reference, I think the normal third timing is what, 6?
like 6 to 7 minutes, yeah. From what I understand, because like G5 was he's our coach for the Fighting Irish this season, right? So he's like kind of, if you want to play it safe, just get up to like 8 goons, and then you can take your third. And that's like just safe as can be, because 8 goons should be able to shut down any sort of push that Terran opts to try to do. if you go for like a really quick third, right? Like this is 400 minerals that's not goons right now. And it looks like So is going to try to push out. He's got 3 tanks, a couple of the Marines, the Vulture. He's going to snipe the first goon, but he loses a tank in the process. So I think Lana happy about that trade. He's going to take the high ground. Oh, he loses another goon, but he's going to get the second tank in the process. Oh, yeah, he's not going to get this other tank. He's not repairing. Oh, yeah, he's repairing it now. But the problem with this is that now Vulture's on the map, and we have to defend 3 locations with Dragoons, right? Because if we're not careful, these Vultures could run by. They could go into the main. They could start sniping probes. Oh, and we have mines on the map too now. And this Dragoon's going to walk into the first one.
No.
Oh, that's brutal. That's unfortunate. Yeah. See, you have to be careful. You can't just run these goons across the map like this. Like, you can eat a goon can eat 1 mine shot, but they're very weak after that. And oh, there's more probes. Oh, these more vultures going in for the probes. Yeah, he gets the mines laid down. Lana not able to wall off in time. Oh,
Brilliant mines.
Yeah. And this is kind of So abusing that the fact that Lana not getting the robo and getting that third early.
GG.
So, GG.
GG. I think the third was just a little too early.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of unfortunate. We had enough goons at the front, I think, that we could have still maybe held that. We just didn't have the extra goons there. Like if we hold that arc in front of Terran's main base and keep them from pushing out, you know, that third is safe and everything. Like we're in a good spot as Protoss, you know. But yeah, unfortunate.
Yeah, maybe Lana felt like he had to do something really, really special to be able to play against So after he beat him in that first game.
Yeah, against a player like So, who not only could they do that 2-fact, but they also know how to be aggressive against what they scout from Protoss. Like, it's kind of hard. Like I find that as a Protoss player, it's kind of hard playing against Terrans that know exactly what they're, I guess in a sense, know most of what they're doing, I guess, right? Like they know, okay, if you take this third early, I could push out and try to kill you right now and take out that third. And it's like, I don't know. I find it hard to see how other Protosses are able to play like that much greedier against Terran. I don't know. I try to play it safe. Maybe that's something I have to work on, I guess. But yeah, So taking it at 2-0 against Lana is hot, and that's going to put JJ and Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol even with the Cattlebruisers 2-2 now in the series. It's gonna go down to Ver and Tarpman playing a ZVZ as the final series.
It's all gonna come down to a ZVZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that Ver is a very strong ZVZ player, especially. He was actually one of the assistant coaches last season, so I worked on my ZVZ a little bit with him. He has a lot of builds up his sleeve as well. So we may see some builds in this series.
I will be deferring to both of you, Zergs, about ZVC. I know it as the knife fight matchup, you know.
The drunken knife fights, is that what this called? Yeah.
2 drunk hobos stuck in a telephone booth with knives.
Forget the knives, it's just forks, man. Like
forks.
Plastic forks. But yeah. It's not gonna be like, I imagine we're not gonna see Hydras, you know, maybe.
No.
Maybe we will, but
no.
Well, I know certain players are fans.
There's a slight possibility. It's happened before in CPL. I think mostly on lower levels, but I think it's happened on higher levels as well, actually, but very rarely.
Yeah. At least for me, for the most part, but I probably will expect more circling control, muta control, and just seeing how the builds pan out from there.
Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Pand0r versus Tarpman, ZVZ to close it out, and see which team wins this series.
Alrighty, let's do this. Oh, nice. They are in colors that I can.
Oh, should we use the top versus bottom colors, or I actually kind of like the pink, the hot pink.
Yeah, I like the magenta versus this. Well, what was it again? Like
Bluish
light
gray?
Say right.
bluish
Say right.
purple.
All right, let's
What was
introduce
it?
our players. in
Much
the
Lou.
in the hot pink, that's what I'm gonna call it. It's fur in the top right corner, and in the bottom right corner, it is what color is that? I think it's called bluish gray,
Bluish
or
gray,
just
yeah.
maybe it's
Grayish
just
gray,
gray.
whatever.
I don't know. It's Tarpman.
I'm glad I
Tarpman.
didn't have to do that. I didn't want to get yelled at for the colors again.
You can call them whatever you want. It's like whatever. Well, maybe someone from Blizzard is gonna be mad at us. You know, we gave specific names to these colors. How dare you use something else?
Oh, well, we already have a slight deviation. Burr's not started that Overlord yet. So, what is this, 9
yeah.
hatch? Hmm. Man, that's
Yeah, I
already-
think it might be 9 hatch, yeah.
Now, I only know 9 hatch in the context of PvZ, and that usually affords you more larva and a better way to defend against aggression. Would that serve the same purpose here in ZVZ?
It's usually a Ling all-in.
Oh, really?
You
Oh,
just blindside them with so many Lings in such a short order that you just crush them before they get any of their tech up.
Oh, okay.
Because you have so many more larvae to use.
Right, yeah, with the hatchery being just a little bit quicker now. And I think, yeah, Tartman went for the overpull, and then I guess this is I imagine this is a normal gas timing, right? If you're going to be on, like, one base and tech up into layer mutas.
Yeah. And he's getting his
Oh.
expansion now.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Second hatch goes down. Yeah, I don't know. If we do see this Ling all in from Veer, I guess, you know, do we need like creep colonies to defend this? Like, do we need a good Sim City? Are we just blocking the choke or the non-ramp choke to keep them from getting into the main? Like, I'm not entirely sure about
I
that.
mean, it's hard. I think there are multiple ways to. I think you can try to tech up into Spire, but I think it's usually too late. But I'm not entirely sure about it because I've played against it only once in CPL, and in that game I was able to just barely hold it by just making a bunch of sunks and just building up as many Lings as I could, try and make up for the difference.
Okay.
And
Well, we're
but
gonna have
Tartman
Veer with
already,
Lings on-
Tartman already saw the hatch at the natural. He saw how early it was, so he knows what he's up against now.
He's already got that lair started with this first 100 gas.
Yeah, he's gonna tech up
knows he's not
to
gonna put
Spire
pressure.
as soon as possible, and I think he should be able to hold this off. Actually, I mean, Tver's gonna have an advantage in Lings, but I think he's getting a creep colony now. I think he should be able to defend just long enough until he can get the mutas out. And 9 hatch is not a super uncommon build, so you do learn how to play against it if you can scout it early.
Okay, well, he sees the big Zergling move out now with the Overlord, and speed is about to kick in soon, so he
Two
throws down a
sunks.
second sunken, or a second creep colony, yeah. I imagine this drone is to, like, Evo Chamber, like, kind of SimCity this, so that way there's less surface area. There it is, yeah. Oh, but this is quite a few Zerglings, though. I mean...
It's so many
Oh.
Zerglings. I think he might be able
but
to
this is
just...
not...
Oh, but he's blocking the choke so well, though. I think
Yeah.
these Lings will be able to get in, though. And from here, I don't think that you can actually win. Then again, he might be able to pick off all these Lings, and if the Sunk lives, he can still defend.
Oh, but there's another round of Zerglings coming in. The Sunken does fall, but, you know, we don't... Okay, there are more Zerglings coming out. I was going to say earlier, because Vera wasn't... It didn't seem like Vera was taking advantage of the Ling numbers, because the surface area was so small for him to engage with. But we're going to see more speed Zerglings coming in now, and I think we know, right, that speed Zerglings generally tend to trade much more favorably against slow Zerglings. Oh, this is going to be rough. He's going to go for the Kree colony as well.
There's not
Yeah,
enough time.
Tartman-
I think this is over.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think
Wow.
there's any way to hold anymore. He's got such a big Ling advantage now.
Yeah, there's just more speed
He's
Lings.
attacking the eggs. Nothing's gonna come out anymore. Yeah, this is gonna be GG in a moment.
Yeah, there you go. GG. Game 1 goes to Veer.
Wow, what a way to start off the series as well. Like, this is, it's difficult to play against, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he had to hedge against the possibility that Veer just, you know, takes some of the links and just runs by his ramp, and then he has to defend the sunken, and like, I don't know, that looks really like a really tough situation to try to hold, because you have to try to keep your natural alive, but you also have to, you know, you can't let them run into your base, and you have to make up for the circling count. So
Yeah,
really
and
rough
if you just barely hold it and you're able to take up the spire, then the game just ends. Like, you win, but yeah, it's very hard. It's a tough build to play against.
Mm-hmm. Upside though is that the game ended, you know, rather quickly, so at least both players can go into game 2 relatively quickly. And I wonder how Tarpman is going to approach game 2 now that Ver has actually opened this way. And I wonder how Ver decides to build on this the game lead that they have now, because, you know, do they do another all-in? Do they try to play standard? So, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, it plays way differently on a map like Polypoid. I mean, you can still do a 9 hatch on this map as well, and it's still really strong, but it's just slightly different. It's larger, you have to scout the opponents. And there's
Right, yeah,
a little bit more chance to hold it, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see. It's game number 2, Ver versus Tarpman on Polypoid.
All right. Nice. Great. Easy colors for me. I guess, all right. Spawning in the bottom right of Polypoid, you're going to have Tarpman playing as the yellow Zerg, also playing for Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol. And in the bottom left, we have the hot pink Zerg, played by Veer, fighting for the Cattlebruisers. Also, getting the lucky first scout versus Tarpman, unfortunately sending the Overlord in the wrong direction this time around. Yeah, so I don't know. If we get into, oh, actually that's really neat. Tarpman actually, or not Tarpman, Veer actually is doing that what is it, that larva trick, right? Where you send it to the left side of the map, or left side of the hatchery.
Oh,
just
yeah,
to,
yeah.
just to boost out, you know, just make the drones spawn a little bit closer to the minerals. That's always like a really neat trick that I see, but I have a hard time kind of doing that, right? Like, you're supposed to hotkey it with the Overlord and then press stop, but then
Oh,
like, my
well,
Overlord
yeah.
stops, and like sometimes I forget to keep it moving, so it
Yeah.
just stays there.
Yeah, you just hit stop and then you just spam click the direction that your Overlord is supposed to go into. Because sometimes, due to the lag, sometimes when you try to do it too quickly, the Overlord just stops. Like, even if you tell it to move, sometimes if you do it too quickly, it just doesn't move. But yeah, it's a nice little thing that you can. It's not that hard to incorporate into your game.
Yeah, and
No
it looks
way.
like from here.
No way. He's going 12 hatch and ZVZ.
Yeah, and this is gonna be
Yeah, this
versus
is-
a 9-pool speed build.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. This will be a short one.
I guess what different, like, how do you know exactly if this could be like a 9-pull speed build versus just like getting the pull and then potentially just going into lair instead, like
He kept the extractor.
with the extractor? Okay.
If you go 9-pool, your options are 9-pool expand or 9-pool speed or 9-pool layer.
Okay.
He would have gotten the layer by now, so he didn't.
Yeah, and he actually
Alright.
just moved one drone off gas after he got 100 gas.
Right.
Which
Yeah,
is the
that
correct thing to
keeps-
do with 9-pool speed ZVZ.
Right. So that gives you just like enough mining to be able to continue to pump Zerglings then, right?
Yeah,
Or
and
also
he knows where Ver
transition.
is now because he sees the Overlord coming in. So these Zerglings are gonna go right into Ver's base. And
Now, when he gets to the natural, he should just focus down the hatchery.
Is it not possible to actually just run up the ramp and just go for drone kills? Like this spawning pool is still, or are the drone drills just?
It
too
is.
good?
It is actually possible. You can actually. Yeah, it is. I mean, when you get the hatch, it's really good as well.
Oh, I guess Veer is forced to pull drones anyway, so I guess.
Yeah,
you know,
it's.
he'll
I
bring
mean,
the
it
drones to him
forces
and
a
not the
fight.
other
So yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
so
this is just
bad.
hatch.
Yeah.
this is just textbook 9 pool speed versus 12 hatch. This is what happens.
Build order wins. Am I right?
Yeah, that's right. Unless like a player messes up the execution so badly.
Yeah, if you know, maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe if Tartman had like not been able to see the Overlord, like if he sent the lings in the wrong direction for just a little bit longer, maybe Veer finds a way to get the lings out in time. But I don't know. But at this point, that's a GG at this point.
GG.
Yeah.
What a visceral series so far.
Yeah, absolutely. This is prime ZVZ. Actually, I don't remember when was the last time I casted a ZVZ that actually went to mute us. For CPL, that is.
I don't remember the last time I saw a ZVZ.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest.
Maybe they'll get there in Game 3, which is going to be on Vermeer. But yeah, these, you know, CVZ is, the thing is, these builds are so strong, you know, these Ling builds. And, it's so easy to make a small mistake and just get slightly behind, and then it snowballs so hard.
Yeah, I mean, God, it seems so punishing to just like if you went for the wrong build order, or if you just miscontrolled the lanes just a little bit, and the other side got a couple extra hits, you lose a Zergling and that snowballs, or same with Mutalisk, right? If you got your Mutalisk connected by Scourge and you lose some, like it looks like it's a really tough matchup that's just super punishing sometimes.
Yeah.
Which is why I play PvP, because PvP is like the in between TVT and ZVC, you know.
Okay, let's see if Game 3 is going to be any different, or if it's going to be just as ZVZ as the other two. Let's see. This is going to be on Vermeer.
I do hope we get to some Mutalisk. I
Yeah.
like seeing Mutalisk micro. Like Muta versus Muta micro, it's interesting to see. Like the way they dance is just so it's great to watch. All right.
I would just like to point out real quick that this game right here is going to decide the entirety of this week for these two teams.
That's right, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. They're tied up right now in the series for Tier 0, so a lot on the line here.
Alright, let's
All right.
introduce our players. In the top right corner, it's Fear. The Rev Clan in the hot pink again. And in the bottom right corner, it's iRk-tarpman in the yellow. Or could this be the lime color?
I think no, I don't think this one's lime.
I think that's yellow.
Okay, yeah. I'm not sure. There is a lime color, which is like very slightly greenish.
Yeah, very, very pale green.
Yeah. No. Well, it looks like
Like-
both of them, they're both not going to get the first scout, so... CVC gets a little bit weird when you don't have your Overlord over their base, like you normally do. And by the way, Tarpman is going gas first.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if this was one of those like extractor trick things, but no, this gas is still going. So...
No.
Yeah.
So what Tarpman is doing is called overgas. It's you get your gas and then your spawning pool after your Overlord.
Huh.
And what
Okay.
this does is it allows Tartman to bank up lots of gas, so he'll be able to get layer as soon as his spawning pool pops, and then Spire as soon as that pops, and then he'll have about 200 more gas than normal banked up for additional Mutalisks when the larva allows. Right around 15 or 16 supply, I would expect to see another hatchery put down, probably in the main for safety.
By the way, Ver went for a 9 hatch again.
Oh, did they? Oh.
Yeah. And that's
Are
very
we-
strong against overgas.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is going to be pretty strong.
We might see that same build from game 1, right? Oh boy.
So, in my opinion here, the only chance Tartman's really going to realistically have is holding the top of his ramp in a concave. And he's just going to have to pray for good engagements because Veer's going to have quite a strong larva advantage. So that means Tartman's going to need to hold out long enough for his tech advantage to kick in and actually be meaningful. Veer holds the
Okay.
advantage in the first half of the game. Tartman will hold the advantage in the second half if he can make it there.
Well, we'll see if he does get to make it there. I have to say though, like getting concaves with Zerglings on a ramp, that looks so hard to do. Like I know you like click, but like I don't know how
It's
how pros
surprisingly
get their arts
difficult.
to look
Yeah.
so good.
You
Yeah.
just do it. You do
Yeah.
it, man. You spend the APM and the attention to do it and do it right because it makes a huge difference.
And like even worse than that sometimes is like you make the nice looking arc and then like your Zerglings aren't actually like attacking at like the most optimal angle, right? Like sometimes you arced a little too far back and then
It
sometimes
takes
your
Yeah.
practice.
Zerglings are kind of
It's
yeah.
actually
It
not.
takes practice.
Yeah, I don't think it's that hard to make a concave at the top of a ramp, but making a very good one is actually surprisingly tricky. The positioning has to be
Yeah.
just right. And Ver's actually making a sunk here. That's interesting.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that too. Yeah,
It's very conservative for sure, especially since he opened 9 hatch and is probably going to have a Zergling advantage no matter what. So I'm a little confused by it as well.
Oh, and he's actually going up to
Yeah.
lair. That's very interesting.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
this,
guess we're not seeing that same build necessarily.
No, this is different. I'm a little confused. So I look over at Tartman and everything makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, because we have these 12 lings, I'm not sure if we're gonna be like. I mean, we have 5 more. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to break this ramp. Like, can we? Oh,
Yeah, he's got the numbers to do it, but that's why you get a sunken when you go over gas, because you're stuck on one hatchery for quite a while. If your opponent does have any kind of build that has a Zergling advantage, you just die without the sunk.
nice. Oh, but can Ver actually poke? No, he's not gonna get that drone. Good pull back from Tartman. Oh, but he does lose 1. Can he poke this hatchery? Oh yeah, that's gonna be kind of annoying. But these Zerglings are gonna die anyways, I guess, so not too bad. And we don't see any more Zerglings coming out from Veer. It's just gonna be drones.
Yeah,
He's
it
gonna
looks
go
like
for keeping his place.
looks like we are gonna get that Muta CVC that we've been hoping for.
Yeah, and these spores, they need to get up in time. And it looks like they
Yeah.
will. They definitely will because they've started before the mutas have even hatched. So Veer should be alright. But one thing I'm worried about here is the stark advantage in drones that Veer has over Tartman.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
Yeah, these mutas have to do damage, right? They gotta pick off a couple of drones to. Well, that or we can make some, but I don't know. Oh,
And that's up just in time. Does get one drone though, that's nice.
wow, the range on those spore colonies. What
Yeah,
was that?
it's gigantic. Yeah, but these first few mutas are usually just to make sure that all the spores are up. You know, that he's not trying to be too greedy. You know, if he's being greedy, you pick off a couple of drones. He probably didn't really expect to get that much damage done, I think.
No, but once you spore up, you hunt down any remaining overlords that are on the map that you know about, and then you try to establish control and keep messing up mutas.
Oh, but these lings managed to slip out. I'm not sure if they slipped out undetected, but there's 6 lings on the map that I'm not sure if Tartman knows about. Oh, there's more on the way. He knows about these, though.
Alright, this is a problem.
Yeah, these lings are gonna get a deny on this natural hatch. If there's nothing here, I think, yeah.
Yeah.
And they get the drone.
Good move by Veer, denying that hatchery. Using the lings to keep the mutas back at back home at Tartman's base for now. And this this gives a lot of time for Veer to actually get up his own spire. He's got his second gas that he's not mining just yet, but I imagine he will be to try to match up when he goes for mutas of his own. We see Carapace coming up for Tartman as well. What do you guys like? Is that do you normally get Carapace or do you get attack? I think you'd probably get Carapace, right, to negate the glaives.
Yeah, you get Carapace. Yeah, for exactly how you just described. You want to be able to reduce the damage on those bounces. And armor will do that. If you get the attack upgrade on Mutalisks, the attack only benefits the first hit on the glaive, not the bounces.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so you do 9, 3, 1 in turn without any upgrades. You get that +1 attack upgrades, your mutas will do 10 damage on the first hit, and then 3, 1. There's no benefit to the bounces. So that's why armor's a little more expensive, and that's why it's a little more effective as well.
Tarpman doing a nice job microing the mutas and picking off a couple of drones. And I find it interesting that Veer's done this little like overlord over the spore colony kind of trick to make it a little bit harder to right click on them. I guess.
He's gonna get
Or to
another
keep
deny
them.
here, by the way.
Oh. Oh man, that's rough. Yeah, these circlings on the map have been doing great work. These little counterattacks that Veer's been doing. That's another drone.
Yeah, plus
And,
another 100
like-
minerals.
Yeah. And those drones weren't being remade. We're just making more mutas now.
Well, Veer has lost quite a lot of drones from having to make spores, though, so it's actually fairly evened out now.
It goes Veer's first wheels popping up. Oh wait. Oh
Ooh.
shoot.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now we are, I think, in a fairly, it's advantage for Veer, but I think it's fairly even, actually.
Oh, discourage.
Oh, they get
that's
one
the
muta.
engine.
Yeah, but look at how much gas Veer's been banking up for as long as he has, because he's had that,
Oh, it's-
that natural for so
Oh, it's
long.
another one.
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
that's
catch
rough.
that. Wow.
Yeah, these Scourge are not connecting, and that's kind of a problem. Veer realizes that too. You can see he's putting up additional spore colonies. There's now 3 per each base.
Yeah, this is pretty much impregnable for, you know, even just trying to snipe a drone is, you're gonna lose a muta doing it.
Oh, there's a
4
fourth
colonies
one.
for each base. Yeah.
It's a 4th one now, yeah.
And Veer's banking up quite a lot of mutas as well. So this is gonna be a fight over control.
Veer's doing the
Ooh.
right thing here. When you're on 2 hatch, 2 base, 2 gas, and you know your opponent doesn't have 2 gas, you can just sit around and wait for... The onus is on them to come to you. Otherwise, you'll just outgas them and outmuta them.
Veer could actually, like, stand to take one drone off gas in this moment, because he's really low on minerals. I don't know
Yeah.
how it maths out. Maybe it's because he
Could,
made all those spores, I guess, so maybe it will even out very quickly now.
And it's nice that he has this gas banked, I guess. But yeah, he could even it out a little, do a little gas mineral, like even it out, ratio it a bit better. But yeah, Tartman's gonna finally get that second base up. He's gonna take his natural gas. Now, now that this, Tartman's gonna have his second base. Like, I'm not sure where we stand here. Like, Tartman's gonna have to defend this, right? Because he's this is the one base that he cannot lose this. Like, if he loses this, this is gonna be pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's hard to say. I think Veer's advantage is also that he maybe has a little bit more freedom to drone up because of all those spores.
Right, yeah, he is defended against, like, if we get into like a base trade situation of some sort, Veer is gonna have, he's gonna have defenses at home. Wow, Tartman won't.
Look at that brave mutalisk over there.
Oh,
They got
gone,
wrecked.
but I think
I actually
he
think
traded
it.
3
y-
script for that.
Yeah. That actually wasn't bad.
Mhm.
I mean, you never want to lose a muta, but you know.
So I'm
Yeah.
getting a little worried for Tartman here.
Are we gonna get high attack here? No, it's just a hatchery. I mean, we're at the level now where we have so many mutas, it's gonna be difficult to control them all.
Yeah, I think we're going up to like 2 groups of mutas for Veer, and then Tartman's gonna go for this like heavier scourge with mutas, like this
Yeah.
composition, I guess.
He has to get good connections with the Scourge to make this composition really worth its while.
Yeah, and that upgrade advantage is, for now, it's gone. But Tartman's +2 armor should kick in soon, maybe like 30 more seconds or something like that.
And this is big. Tarpman actually took a third.
Mm-hmm.
So that is gonna eventually win him the game if it doesn't get taken down by Ver, but it does
Mm-hmm.
make a very tempting target once he finds out that it's there.
Mm-hmm. Now, +2 armor is about to finish for Tartman. I would not be surprised to see him move out as soon as it finishes.
There it is.
Yeah, there it
Still
is. With plenty of
about,
skirts to back
yeah.
them up.
Still about a minute away, I think, for Ver.
Oh yeah, he's getting his as well. I like how diligently that you know, Tartman has had these lings, like one's patrolling to make sure, you know, checking for third bases, potential third bases that Veer could be taking. Like he's been doing his due diligence on scouting the map. And I think that has given like, I think that's like part of the reason why Tartman is able to like kind of just take this third. Like he feels confident, not only just taking the third, knowing that he will have a base advantage over Veer the longer this game goes, but you know, being like he's I guess safe in a sense. I don't know how to put it, but yeah, it was just good decision making by Tartman.
So
Wait,
one
did
Mutalisk
Muta just
flies
die
into
for
the
free?
Mave. Yes,
Okay.
that was a scouting Muta.
Yeah.
I wanted to get an idea of just how
It was the
many
bravest
Mutas
Muta.
Veer has.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's crazy. I can't even try to select them all. But it's definitely more than 2 groups. It's probably like
What's
2.5
the,
groups or something.
I mean, we call this like a flock of mutas, yeah? Or
Yeah.
do we call it something different? Like, I think owls have a parliament, right? And then, God, this is a lot of mutas. And they're
Oh
really
my
going
God.
in
Crows
now.
are called a
So
Oh yeah,
crazy.
that would be, yeah, a murder of mutas.
Here comes a murder
That sounds better.
of Mutas.
Oh,
And first strike on the drones. And here comes the engagement. This will decide everything tonight. This
I
engagement
don't know
right here.
I don't know how well the skirt's connected. This looks like Tartman is. I don't
I
know.
think Ver's winning.
Veer's +2 armor kicked in. I think it's too much.
Oh my god, yeah, he just has so many mutas. I think the Scourge connections just did not pan out the way that Big Department thought they would. GG's
Yeah.
called.
GG's called. That's a fantastic ZVZ series.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
It's,
What a way to end
it's
it.
crazy,
like,
man.
I just
Yeah.
could not tell what was going on in that battle.
Yeah, it's also that the +2 armor mutas just don't die. Yeah,
Absolutely,
that was that was our entire series, man. That was Cattlebruisers versus Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol.
yeah,
And,
Veer closing it out. You know,
yeah.
getting that win for the Cattlebruisers, 3-2, man. What a close series that they had.
Yeah. Yeah, especially since the Jin Jin and the Pand0r Patrol tier 0 lineup is really scary. Like, these are really, really good players, and Cattlebruisers hasn't been doing as great as JJPP in the league so far, so it's really nice of them to get these snipes off these top tier 0 players.
Yeah, the Zergs really making Cattlebruisers fight for it, each taking at least a game off of their opponents, and the Terrans on Jin Jin and Pand0r Patrol, man, just 2 O's. Like, jeez. Yeah, Cattlebruisers had to fight hard for that one. Congrats to them. Very well played in their games this week.
Yeah, and it's exactly what you say. Like Pand0r and So are just super strong players. It's JJPP is the Terran project, you know. This is where all the great Terrans go to hone their skills. Yeah, so I think that's gonna close out our cast today. I think that we actually may have another cast that's gonna happen right after this one. I'm gonna have to check, because I know that Love Snow was interested in casting.
Love Snow, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So
Yeah, tune in for that one if you want more CPL action. That's gonna be good.
Let me see if he's actually already online. If he's online, I will
Raid him.
we'll raid him, but I don't think he's online yet, so I don't know when he's planning to start. I know it was in the chat just now, but I don't see him here now. Okay, I guess we're gonna
It might
raid
be
someone else
late
then.
night. I imagine it's like a, you know, CPL After Dark, another one of those streams.
Yeah. Well, in that case, guys, thanks for watching. Oh, Love Snow,
Love
he's in the
Snow?
chat. Want me to start the stream? Well, if you're ready to start, then start your stream, and if you do, I'll raid you. We have quite a few people here, so might be nice. We have 60 people here.
Yeah, it's 3 hours of Brood War action. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not enough for you? Let's just hand it off to Love Snow.
Yeah, exactly. Man, Love Snow streams are crazy, man. His streams are like 10, 12 hours long. It's insane. I can't imagine doing streams for that long.
I respect the hustle though. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
really
he's...
grown that stream.
Oh, don't worry about the reps. I'll send you the reps. Or if you can get them yourself, of course. But, yeah. Just start your stream and I'll send everyone over. But yeah, when Love Snow cast like a 5-hour CPL group and then he's just like, okay, let's play some games now. I'm like, oh man, I couldn't do that.
Well, I mean that, or he knocks out.
Yeah. I think this was one of our most hyped groups so far. Like when I saw the groups, when I saw the lineup, I thought like, wow, this would be a very good group to cast. And the games have really proven themselves. Like the games were very hyped. This group.
Yeah, man, I have to agree. I mean, I gotta go back and watch those PvPs. That was something else.
Yeah, the tier 0 match for CPL are actually like super high quality. It's pretty insane, these guys.
Yeah, but I guess that does it for us, right? Or are we're just waiting on Love Snow?
Well, yeah, I am just waiting on Love Snows. I don't know if he's gonna start his stream. Love Snow, get in here, man! Just hit the start button. You have a countdown. You've got enough time to get the reps.
Yeah, GG's. Good games here. And yeah, thanks for that. Thanks for the compliment.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. I want to be able to cast more for CPL, man. It's fun. I'm following in Aaron's footsteps, man, and Love Snow too. You know, they've been casting a lot, and
oh, Love Snow's live. Look at that. He's here,
right.
man.
I'd love to cast as much as I used to, but it's hard with the little one now.
Yeah.
Well, whenever you've got some time, just let me know and we'll do something. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'm gonna raid Love Snow now, and we'll see you guys later.
Yeah, GG's. Thanks for tuning in.